Mm. Are we talking days? Are we talking weeks?
Um, I'm trying to pull up some of the stuff. Ever since something happened aboard the weather jet, things are not working correctly.
Huh. I wonder what that is, Randy. I wonder what that possibly could be.
I don't know.
It could have something to do with you, I think.
No.
And you're denying it, and it makes me sad.
No.
Makes me
No.
sad.
I know this week, starting today, it's just going to be 100s all the way through the daggum weekend. That's all I know. Just hundreds throughout the weekend. 102, 104. That's the way it's going to be.
All right. Well, at least for now, it's what we call kind of warm for Arizona.
Yeah, this is spring-like for us.
People from other places say, oh, dear God, that's hot. But for us, kind of warm. Can't say it's really hot yet, not till it pops 110, and not until it's 100 degrees for your overnight low. That's when oh my God, now it's hot. Now it's gone too far. Now it's just that properly hot.
I will say this: 111 on Saturday the 11th. 111 is when we'll see our first really serious temperatures.
All right. Well, we have at least 11 days. There's other things to look forward to in June. The NBA Finals are getting started tomorrow between the Celtics and the Warriors. That's something to look forward to. Stanley Cup playoffs, they're in full swing right now. Golf, the 122nd U.S. Open, that starts on June 13th. And then Wimbledon for FedFan, that happens on June 27th. All the way around, June's not a bad sports month,
Oh, it's an exciting sports month. The baseball is getting rolling. You really get to see what your teams are looking like. You start talking about the trade deadline that's coming up for MLB. You got all kinds of stuff happening. Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, TV. Oh my God, there's so much TV. The Stranger Things is out. The Boys is going to hit Prime on Friday.
I'm excited about that one.
Miss Marvel is starting on Disney Plus for all you nerds. The 75th Tony Awards for Boogie. You got Westworld coming back to HBO later in June. Only Murders in the Building on the Hulu. There's a ton of great TV that's going to be available for you to watch.
And let's not forget, June is National. I don't know what month it is. I'm sorry. I was just trying to throw something in there.
You didn't know? You just wanted to. I'll tell you what. How about this?
National.
Friday is National Donut Day.
Well, I like that.
That's a June holiday.
That. I think that. I think I should get a dozen donuts just because of that.
All right, I agree. Good luck. Also, movies coming out. A sports movie. I think it's going to be a sports movie. It seems like another one of those Adam Sandler trying to do a serious movie, trying to win an award thing. It's called Hustle. It's a basketball flick. Of course, Jurassic World Dominion. You've seen the ads for that. That comes out on the 10th. The Toy Story spinoff, Lightyear, about Buzz Lightyear, comes out later this month. And then I saw the previews for Elvis. Okay, everything about that movie looks great except for the guy they have playing Elvis.
See, that's exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
Really?
I thought he looked okay. I mean,
my God!
No.
I thought he looks like the spitting image.
0%.
Really?
No, 0%.
Are you kidding me? My God!
He looked decent to me, but I didn't think.
As they say, it looks like somebody drunk tried to draw him from memory, and that's what you get.
No!
It doesn't look like Elvis. My wife agrees.
Oh boy!
It does not look like Elvis.
Boy, I'm shocked at that, Jeff Cup.
Father's Day is coming. We've got that to look forward to. Juneteenth. They're both on the 19th this year. It's Pride Month. Pride Day is on the 28th. And the official first day of summer is June 21st. So there you go. That's all the stuff that's going to happen in June. So even though the Suns are not in the playoffs, even though the Diamondbacks are currently getting their asses kicked by the Braves, we got plenty of other good things to look forward to in the month of June. What are you most looking forward to? I'll be honest with you, outside of time with my family, the NBA Finals.
Really?
For me, it's the finals. How about you?
It's the same for me. I think that this is going to be a really good finals. I think the Celtics are being underestimated by a lot of people. And actually, I think that they're closer to the Warriors as a team than most people give them credit for. And I think that we've got maybe a 7-game series on our hands. I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to Nathan's hot dog eating contest, which is always a big day for me.
Oh, I know that's huge for you. I get it.
And also the Cherry Pit Spitting Championship. I believe that's in Wisconsin.
Right.
And I look forward to that. And there's also the World Lawn Darts Championship, which is Oshkosh.
I love that.
Yeah,
There's always a gruesome injury.
Oh yeah.
You know, a lot of people think you watch NASCAR for the crashes. No, you watch the lawn darts just for the shish kebab possibilities.
Oh, no. For the errant lawn dart that goes into the crowd, it is always a blast every year.
Yeah, and ever since we got HD coverage, I can't
I've
wait.
been missing out.
Come on. When it embeds in somebody's skull, that's what I'm talking about right there.
That sound, that thwack. You don't get that nowhere else.
No.
So plenty of things to look forward to in the month of June. Now, here's the other thing about this. In about 24 minutes, and I don't know why it's happening in 24 minutes, but on TNT, the match is going to start.
Is that Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Here's what it is. We have Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, and Josh Allen. Is this not really
no, come on.
Same level?
Josh Allen. Look, Josh Allen, the only thing that he's missing is the Super Bowl. But if you want to talk about the talent, he's in that conversation.
Well, here are the odds because people can actually bet on this nonsense. I guess Brady and Rodgers are favored to win. The money line on Allen Mahomes is plus 140. So perhaps you could make some money if the young bucks go ahead and take down the old, the old fogies. But I just don't know that. Okay, there's several things about this. If this had been on a Saturday, I wouldn't have cared about it. I more don't care about it that it's on a Wednesday at 3:30 p.m. Who scheduled this thing?
I remember the last couple of times we had it was on a Friday. That seemed to make more sense to me.
During COVID, nobody had anything to do, and everybody was pretending to work from home. And then if you had something, you turn on anytime. You're like, I'm going to watch that. I watched the first match because I was just like, something live is actually happening somewhere in the world, and somebody's videoing it. I'm going to watch this. And they had 7 layers of plexiglass between every single person. And you're still, but hey, people are talking. They're outside. It's something happening. Now, your ratings are going to be garbage for this unless you did this on a Saturday or you did it on a evening. Now, it will be evening on the East Coast, 7 p.m.-ish, but 3:30 on the West Coast? Nobody's watching this.
Don't they like to target Los Angeles as a group of people, just as a demographic to boost the ratings? This is terrible.
Yeah, this is just
people are driving home from work.
This is probably the last one they do. And I don't know how they talked anybody into doing this in the middle of the week or why this is being done in the middle of the week. It just makes zero sense.
It's just one of those. I guess we don't have inside the NBA anymore. You got golf.
Well, they didn't have inside the NBA at 3:30 p.m.
No, they didn't.
Radio makes sense at 3:30 p.m. This does not make sense. And let's be honest, if you're going to watch it, it's just to hear snarky comments. And are you really going to get good quality snarky comments without, Peyton out there?
Well,
Peyton Manning.
They're going to have Charles Barkley show up and interrupt stuff. So that might move the needle for some people.
So I don't know how their golf games are. I think that a lot of people have said that the golf games for all 4 are comparable. So there's really no way of knowing for sure who would win. Do you have any thoughts on who might actually play well?
Well, I think that the 2 best golfers amongst that foursome that we're talking about, Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes, are the 2 best golfers out there.
Well, the underdog has won 3 times in the last 5 times they've done this nonsense. So I guess if you really want to take the money line, the plus, take Allen and Mahomes. I mean, that might be the smart bet if you're trying to do something with this. But outside of that, who cares?
I don't. It would be one of those things, like you said, if I was home and it was the actual evening, I turned on my TV, I could have it on in the background while I walk around the house and do stuff. Who is this for? Who on earth is this for?
Don't know. No idea. If anybody knows, please tell us, because we are at a loss for the scheduling of the match. I guarantee you this will be the last one. Based on results, it'll be the last one.
Where are they playing? Are they playing in Las Vegas?
Yes, they are at the Wynn Golf Club just outside of Las Vegas.
It's a beautiful course, I understand.
Yeah, and guess what? It's hotter than hell out there right now, too.
Well, it is a bit warm.
Many things about this do not make sense. Bugger Wolf is on the text line, 888-368-1580. Says, hey, what do you know? It's the Bunyan Boys and the Toad Chode Show. Ha ha, you filthy beasts. Henceforth, with the program, Scallywags, I shall listen. Thanks.
Who was that?
Booger Wolf, of course. Who else is
Booger
that
Wolf.
going to be?
I don't. Has anyone been called a scallywag since pirates were
Well,
using
now
that?
take it easy, Keon, because there is some talk.
What is a scallywag?
Booger Wolf is a pirate. He's pirate.
Oh,
I do not believe that Booger Wolf is a pirate.
I just
Oh,
the last time someone called someone else a scallywag,
once. We've been through this.
it was an actual career path for somebody
To be a
Scallywag.
scallywag.
to be a pirate. But
Oh,
I think Booger Wolf is a pirate. He's a legit pirate.
I ain't worried about it.
I don't want my booty stolen again.
do you have a peg leg?
Nobody wants
Booger
your
Wolf.
booty. Nobody wants your
The
booty, Randy.
Hooked hand.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I,
You need to. I can't tell you.
I
this.
invented the peg leg with the hinge. It was very unstable. Boomer Sooner says, good day, Randy. Good day, Blender Nation. As we speak, Arizona State University Devils are playing the Texas Longhorns in men's NCAA Division I golf championship.
How about that. Yeah.
Okay.
But a baseball team is staying home, though.
Yeah, that did not go well.
Damn it.
He also says, Jeffrey, I was in your neck of the woods down Ellsworth and Queen Creek, I believe, and from where I live, that's about an hour and a half away. Yeah, it's a 45 to 50-minute drive in here whenever I come down to the old radio station. Jake the Snake says, what's up, guys? Moving slow today. Had a tooth pulled yesterday. Peaky Blinders is coming as well, by the way. That show, great show. I started to try to watch that, but my wife didn't seem interested, and I guess I didn't watch long enough to really understand.
It kind of starts a little slow, but when it really gets rolling, Peaky Blinders is a good show.
Mars Bars 805 says, happy Whiskey Wednesday, guys. I'll take an 805, please. And I can't wait for the Donut Friday, the National Donut Day. Evidently, you can get a dozen original glazed donuts from what company is this?
I don't know.
He's showing me a coupon for it. Coming soon, this Friday only. Any donut free June 3rd. What is it's this coupon, but it doesn't tell me where it is. I have no idea what that is, man. Ed Fan says they scheduled the golf today because it's my nephew's birthday and the golf world is celebrating that occasion. Makes as much sense as anything else.
Why the golf world
actually
be
makes
celebrating
more
your
sense
nephew's
than probably
birthday?
anything TNT is going to tell you.
No, Randy, I think it's legit. I think that's probably true.
Okay.
Dodger Danny says, I don't want to talk about the Pirates, LOL. Oh, shut up, Dodger Danny.
Well, the Pirates, the Pirates have the Dodgers number this year.
Oh, well, good. But the Dodgers have everybody else's number, including ours. So I don't even want to hear it. Oh, the Pirates beat us. And then you bleep stomp the rest of the world. Yeah. Boo hoo.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know who you're not going to run into in like a World Series or a postseason? The Pirates. So don't worry about it.
Hey, they're in
You'll be
third
okay.
place right now in the National League Central. Third. They're in third place.
Wow. Good job, Pittsburgh.
let's talk about the Arizona Diamondbacks. They got that hit in the 10th inning yesterday, and they got over the hump with the Braves, got them 8-7. They were 6-2. Atlanta was 6-2 going in the bottom of the sixth. Then the Diamondbacks came back, tied it, and took care of their business, which was kind of nice. I was feeling pretty confident about that until I looked over and saw that in the middle of the eighth, the Braves are now beating the Diamondbacks 5-0. So,
well, the great thing about playing these teams that have similar records, like the Braves, it makes for a great afternoon at the ballpark. You just don't know what's going to happen. This Diamondbacks team has all of a sudden begun to hit the ball a little bit. The problem with this team is they're inconsistent. So they don't have anything for the big power teams like the Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm sure the Brewers are going to thump us. The Mets will thump us, I'm sure. But it's a lot of fun when you're playing everybody else.
it's not fun right now. It's 5-0.
It's
just not fun for me.
Game's not over.
I know. Big George is on the text line, says, hello, gentlemen. Did somebody say scallywag? Scallywag reporting for duty. Don't get me started, Randy and Jeffrey, on ASU softball and baseball. This will immediately be followed by him saying someone needs to be fired. But since they're students, he says both of which failed miserably. U Arizona softball is heading to the Softball College World Series, and U Arizona baseball is advancing too. So now U Arizona is better than us in all sports except football. And that might change this year too. Fire Ray Anderson right now. He stinks. I knew this was leading to something.
I mean, it always does.
So
it always does.
And don't get too crazy about the football. I kind of felt the same way, but we were talked off that ledge by our betting friend, Josh Applebaum, and and some other things we saw out there in the world. So just because they've had some good recruits does not mean that all is lost for the ASU U of A rivalry. Killer Rabbit says, hello, gentlemen. Just getting home. Could you pour me an 805, Randy? Well, that 805 sure is popular lately.
It's cold. It's frosty. Yeah.
Dodger Danny says, seriously, though, I was at the Diamondbacks versus Dodgers game, and there are some serious, loyal D-back fans. Good. I mean, of course, you'd have to. You'd have to be some years, right?
Fans that didn't sell their tickets to some Dodger fans, they actually went to the game. Yeah.
So you forget sometimes when you're talking about baseball, how fast a suspension can be over. We just heard about Tommy Pham getting suspended, and he's already back from it. 3-game suspension. So that's a couple of days. Yeah. And he actually says he's doubled down on that whole fantasy football thing. Now, the problem is why he thought it was okay to slap a guy over it. No, it's not. And he's not looking at himself saying, yeah, I guess I shouldn't slap them. He's like, no. And I'll tell you something else. It was Mike Trout's fault. He's a horrible commissioner. He could have solved the whole thing. He allowed a lot of bleep to go on, and he could have solved it. He says, I don't want to be the bleeping commissioner. I got other stuff to do, but Trout didn't want to do it either, but we put it on him. So I guess it's kind of our fault too, because we made him commissioner. He's just talking and not one single, I guess I shouldn't have slapped the guy.
Well, no, of course not. He still feels like he's justified in slapping the hell out of Jacques Peterson.
He also says we had rules to the IR. I know the ESPN rules, but we had our own individual rules.
See, now that's the problem right there. You cannot go off, gallivanting around in the wilderness with your own set of rules. You can't do that.
We do our own rules, Randy. We totally do.
But can't you change them in the thing? Because if you can change them, then you should have changed them in the system to not allow certain things or to allow certain things.
You are also correct.
Hey, I just felt like the rules should be like this, but no one decided to actually put it in the ESPN thing.
Let me tell you how much of a pain in the ass it is to be the commissioner of a league and then times 10 over here, because I am the commissioner of over 100 people in our Daily Blender fantasy football leagues. And it's not a small task. You get all the rules right in one league, and then you got to put them side by side with the next league and make sure everything is clicked exactly the same. All the numbering is exactly the same. People get mad.
We can put a guy on the moon, and we can't copy and paste rules for our fantasy leagues.
I don't think they expected us to use it this way. Most people have a league. Most people don't have 10, 15, 20 leagues all trying to work together. In fact, I had to create a different email address because once I got past 6 leagues, I had to have another email address for the next bunch of leagues. So,
oh my God,
Mike Trout ain't got nothing on me. I'll tell you what, though, as long as nobody slaps me, I'm not going to say it's against the rules to slap somebody else in fantasy football. Let your local municipalities handle that. Your local laws apply, but I'm not going to suspend anybody for slapping somebody.
If I'm a Major League Baseball player and I'm somehow playing fantasy football with a bunch of other Major League guys, if Tommy Pham is in my league, I'm not playing.
Yeah, I'm out.
Playing somewhere else because apparently.
Because you don't want to be slapped by Tommy Pham.
Well, not only do I not want to be slapped by Tommy Pham, but apparently he doesn't understand how rules work. No. And his misunderstanding of the rules will cause him to want to slap me.
Yeah. He's going to accuse people of cheating when nobody's cheating.
Yeah. I'm sorry. If it's not in the system and I can bench a guy or put a guy on IL, then I can do that.
I was wrong when I traded with Big George when he was drunk in Hawaii. That's not against the rules either.
I mean, here's Tommy Pham He's all butthurt, and he went up and slapped the hell out of
And
John
how many
Peterson
months has
over
it been?
over a fantasy team, man.
No, this wasn't even from last year. This was from 2
2
years
years
ago.
ago. Yeah.
Tommy Pham has issues.
Like if you were starting on a team, he would have slapped him earlier, I think, if he had gotten the chance to. He just didn't.
We have to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk a little more baseball. But on the way, of course, we've got a bunch of football for you. We've got a new feature from Keon, a little this or that, and we'll explain when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
The Stanley Cup playoffs continuing tonight as the Eastern Conference Finals get underway. The Lightning and the Rangers match up at Madison Square Garden. The Lightning are -130 favorites, while the Rangers pay out at +108. The over-under has been set at 5.5 goals. Overall odds to win this year's Stanley Cup, the Colorado Avalanche, who have a 1-0 series lead on the Edmonton Oilers. They continue to be the favorite to win it all. They're paying out at -105 on the money line, while the Lightning have the second best odds at +210. Rangers pay at +600. Oilers at +900. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
Well, the NBA Finals are here, and so is your chance to score big on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Hi, it's Randy from the Blender. And throughout the NBA Finals, FanDuel's giving new customers $200 in free bets, guaranteed, when you place your first $5 bet. Yeah, you heard me right. Bet the money line, the point spread, player props, so much more. Plus, you can combine your bets for an even bigger payday with the same game parlay. Just sign up with promo code Randy1580. And if you haven't tried FanDuel, now is the perfect time to give it a shot, because the only thing sweeter than watching the finals is cashing in on all the action. Join today with promo code Randy1580 and turn that $5 into a $200 in free bets, win or lose. FanDuel, official partner of the NBA. Must be 21 or older, present in Arizona. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as a non-withdrawable free bets that expires 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
Dear Dad, this year we're making Father's Day extra special with the Untuck It shirts that you love. Untuck It has the styles that'll make your summer great, from wrinkle-free shirts to performance polos and more. They're designed to be worn untucked, so you can always feel sharp even at your most casual. Father's Day is June 19th. If you still need a gift, check out the new summer styles at untuckit.com or one of 80+ Untuck It stores. Use code DAD for 20% off your first purchase. Untuck It shirts, designed to be worn untucked.
You can't get much for $5 these days, unless you go to Wendy's for a $5 biggie bag. Get your choice of double stack, junior bacon cheeseburger, or crispy chicken BLT, plus 4-piece nugs, fries, and a drink, all for just $5.
You got that bag, you got that biggie bag, you got that bag.
That was smooth, wasn't it? That's how you're going to feel when you get that biggie bag at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Includes 4-piece nuggets, small soft drink, and small fry. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
The Rams were built to win the Super Bowl.
The Los Angeles Rams have won Super Bowl 56. But if you think that brought the end of the NFL season,
You'd better think again.
the NFL is a year-round beast, and we keep you in the know. Free agency, trades, retirements, hirings, firings, holdouts, injuries, training camps, and a whole lot more.
Football is always in season here.
We are 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Your home for football.
Wednesday, June 1st, make sure, like Jeffrey says, pay your rent today.
Hey, Rick.
Got to make sure to get that rent paid. Otherwise, you could be living in a box like I had to do. Well, I can't tell you that story either. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sports betting partner of the 75 NBA Finals. And to celebrate 75 years of the NBA, we're giving all customers a $75 referral bonus. Now, if you're already a customer and you've already got your own account, if you refer a friend, you get $75 in site credit when you get that friend to sign on and put some money in the account. Invite your friends from the app. Make sure they sign up with your referral link. It's right there in the app, so you can't miss it. And as soon as your friend makes any bet of at least $10, you both get $75.
You know
See how
what?
that works?
I am an existing customer, Randy, and I could
Yeah.
refer my daughter who's 15.
You
Am I
could.
gonna do that?
But you can't. She's got to be 21 or older.
I mean, my daughter who's 21 or older.
Yeah, sure.
That'll
work.
Trying to
Yeah.
wink here, but it's not. I'm not very good at winking. But guess now that I've said winking, I've probably.
I can see why you have a daughter. With
I
that
don't-
kind
I
of a
don't-
wink there.
don't think
that
I'm
was
gonna-
kind of turning me on. You know,
I don't think I'm going to get away with it.
Yeah.
I guess I
keep
better
winking
not.
at me, and I'll make up an account for you.
No, we're good. I think I'll stop winking now. I
Oh,
think no
okay.
more winking. And also, my
Okay.
daughter also just doesn't know anything about sports, so
Well,
so I don't think she'll be betting anytime soon.
I bet she does. Anyway, you give that referral link out, get $75 in site credit when you invite your friends to join America's #1 sports book. The offer ends June 2nd. That's tomorrow when game 1 of the NBA Finals tips off. Don't miss your chance to bet the finals with a bonus. If you're new to FanDuel, you can also go sign up with promo code Randy1580. No, that's a good thought there. If they're going to sign up using my promo code, shouldn't I also get $75 in free bets?
No, I think because you're a spokesperson, you've got your deal already there. But if somebody is just word of mouth spokespersoning, that is their reward. Your reward is a giant check. And probably one of the parts of Randy's contract is that he does get presented with the giant version of a check.
A big, giant cardboard check.
Which has baffled everyone at FanDuel, but they've decided to go along with it.
Well, I strut a little higher when I walk into the bank with that giant check. You know what I'm saying?
Like when I get a full tank of gas, I've never felt richer.
And
then I've never felt poorer right after.
Especially lately.
Sign up using promo code Randy1580 to get free bets after your first bet. That's promo code Randy1580. Again, scientifically proven to be more lucky. Just head over to the FanDuel Sportsbook app and invite your friends today to get your $75 sportsbook credit, 21 or older, present in Arizona. Referred players must wager $10 or more within 28 days after signing up. Limit 10 referrals. Site credit is non-withdrawable that expires 7 days. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Keon, take this one down. Text NEXT STEP to 53342.
Why are you directing that at Keon?
Well, I know he's what do you call him? One of these gambler guys.
He doesn't seem like a degenerate gambler.
Oh, he's a major gambler. No, I know.
I mean,
see, look at that smile on his face.
Thanks for the heads up there.
See, look at the smile on his face.
Just in case I do fall into gambling degeneracy, it's good to know. Just to have the number on hand.
He used degeneracy.
Is that a word? Degeneracy?
Yeah.
Degeneracy.
I'll allow it. So Hamilton Porter texted in that something that Rich Owenberger had texted out. Tweeted.
Rich Owenberger, yeah.
Says, my fantasy football league has now instituted the Tommy Pham rule. Last place finisher has to play for the Cincinnati Reds next season. Damn. Last Optimist says, if you pass up opportunities for revenge after 6 months, you relinquish the rights to revenge. If you never had an opportunity in those 6 months, you relinquish the rights if you do not take it the first opportunity you get. Okay, so I understand that's not bad, but it is incorrect because revenge is a dish best served cold, which means I'm Irish. I'll wait 30, 40, 50 years and suddenly, what was that for? Oh, you know what for. There's no rules or limits on revenge. Now, if you want to say there's a limit on revenge for fantasy football transgressions, okay, that make that part of the deal. But don't tell me that there isn't going to be a day when I'm 72 and I sneak up on the guy who never gave me back the Def Leppard t-shirt, which really was my sister's, and I wore it to school, and this guy is like, can I borrow that shirt? Oh, here you go. And I never got it back. He was a bigger kid. And I was always, hey, where's the shirt? Where's the shirt? But I couldn't do anything about it at the time because I was a 7th grader and he was a 9th grader. Well, I'll tell you what, when I come up on him when he's 72, I'll still be a spry 69, and I'm going to beat the hell out of that guy. Where's the shirt?
You'll take the cane and leave some knots all over his head.
I'll just take whatever shirt he has on and I'll mail it to my sister. So don't
Wow.
tell me about how long revenge can and cannot last.
Okay.
And it was a great shirt though. Def Leppard shirt. It was like
I
the
bet.
building on fire, pyromania.
Oh yeah, Pyromania. Yeah.
Pyromania. Come on.
Yeah.
Anyways, where were we? Oh yeah, Tommy Pham. Right. Yeah, Tommy Pham is insane. Or is he dumb?
Is
Is he
he-
more dumb or is he insane?
I think maybe he's I don't like to say dumb, maybe intellectually challenged because he's holding on to this fantasy world of fantasy sports a little too tight.
I'm sorry. If you can't accept responsibility for slapping a guy over fantasy football, over a transgression that you believe is justified, but it's 2 calendar years, Tommy. It's 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, if you can't take responsibility for that and go, you know what? This is how I felt about it. So I slapped him. You're going to now drag Mike Trout into this. Well, he's a
Yeah.
bad commissioner.
He's like, what the hell?
Something is wrong with you. I don't know
Well,
what. I'm not going to make any
you should be
declarations.
slapping Mike Trout. I dare you.
And what's
Yeah,
the situation with
Mike
like
Trout's
an
built
open?
like a linebacker.
Right.
He
I
just-
bet you won't.
So
He
he
just
slapped
open hand slapped
wearing
this guy.
jock. Yeah, open hands, but it was a good one. He spun him. If you've seen the video, he spun him a little bit. He spun him and he just started walking the other way. He had like momentum from the slap. It took him about 10 feet where he's like, I don't know what just happened.
See, if I were Jacques Peterson, I would wait another 2 years and I'd slap him back.
Oh, that would be good.
Just on to the day.
That's the Irish way right there.
Some guy comes up to me and open hand slaps me.
Yeah.
When I pay him back, it's not going to be a slap.
No, it's not. Fish Tank says, isn't that the Irish way? We just keep all our feelings on the inside, bury them in booze until one day, complete volcano on somebody. You are correct, my fellow Irishman.
This sounds very familiar. I feel like the Caribbean version is just swap out the whiskey with rum, and you just have
Same thing.
your typical Caribbean man.
Screw it down, man. Dodger Danny says, I'm not about to cancel culture here, but Tommy Pham needs to be suspended a whole lot more than 3 games. I mean,
Oh my God.
he really hit Jock
Oh
Peterson.
my God.
And he's not sorry. That suspension didn't do
He
anything
slapped
at all.
Jock Peterson so
Come
hard
on.
that pearl necklace became pearl earrings. It was just a Fed fan says, I'm a chick, and at 6 months, I haven't even begun to map out my revenge. That should scare the hell out of all of us. Blissful Hayes says, speaking of revenge, how's Devin Booker's revenge tour going? I don't understand that.
Well, because it was a revenge tour and they're out of the playoffs now. And he's just throwing some shade at us, just throwing shade at us.
It's your daily dose of Blissful Hayes as a D-bag.
Yeah.
888-368-1580. So in the world of baseball, you get injuries, but it seems like when these guys go home, dumb things happen. Remember the guy with the drone and they sliced up his fingers? The other
Yeah.
guy fell down some stairs. Another guy fell off a ladder and died. Well, now Jonathan Villar suffered a really weird one. But I wonder why this doesn't happen more often. You know those exercise bands that you stretch, you
Yeah.
put like
Yeah.
your knee on, you put your foot on. Well, I always wondered how long it would take till this happened. It got out of hand and it came back with velocity and hit him in the face and his mouth. It now requires a significant amount of dental work.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
So he's like, pow! It's just like piano keys out of his teeth.
So he was working out with a resistance band.
Yes.
Was it the band broke or whatever it was holding? Did that break loose and hit him in the mouth?
The band, I think it just slipped out of his hand or something and it snapped back into his mouth. Clank.
Yeah, looks like the band itself.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Actually hit him with.
But there's so much kinetic energy
Mm,
that when it comes back at you, remember when you take a rubber band, you put it around your fingers, you walk up to somebody and you go, you know, like it hit him on the arm and you're like, ha ha. And then sometimes you stick a little piece of paper in there and throw something across the room and it would hit. Well, it's the same thing, only 6 feet and about this wide. Just
Wow.
bam, right in the mouth. Like a bottle rocket times 10. Just
man.
pam, right in the mouth. So now he's going to be not working for a while because of that.
See,
No
I've always been suspicious of the resistance bands. That just
I
seems
would
like
never use it.
that. Yeah, it just seems like that's a bad thing waiting to happen. Oh, I've got a resistance band and I've had it for about a year. That thing's going.
Yep.
It's going.
Yeah, I mean, you lift weights. You don't need a band. And is it just because you can go portable with the resistance band?
I think that's what.
Well,
it is.
the difference between resistance bands and free weights is there's constant pressure. There's constant whether you're pulling or you're pushing. There's constant pressure on.
Yeah, and now Jonathan Villar talks with a constant lift. Well, using the resistance band, it hits me in the mouth. All right, so another thing in baseball, and then we'll move on to something else. We have exceeded something in the world of baseball.
Okay.
You know, a record has been broken for the season already.
You don't say.
Not by a player, but by an umpire. Hunter Wendelstedt has now made the worst call of the Major League Baseball season. So here's what's going on. Detroit Tigers catcher Eric Haas was up there, 3-2 count. He'd hit a couple of fouls, but there were 3 balls that were way out off to the left side there. And Devin Smeltzer is pitching away, and Smeltzer got a little bit of an assist from Hunter Wendelstedt when he threw a low ball, and I'm talking low. And Wendelstedt rung him up. Strike! Let me show you how bad the call was. I don't have the video, but you can look up the video. But here it is right there. You see how far down that eighth pitch is right there?
Yeah, I'm gonna tweet the video out.
That is one of the worst misses on a calling a ball a strike. If you would have called, and of course, you look at 3 right there, the third pitch, you could have said, if he called that a ball, it would have been close, but it was a definite strike. But pitch number 8, it's the worst. And then you got to watch the video, because when Haas thinks he's got it, he's just like, I'm going to base. All right, here we go. I just got what? What just happened? Go find it. It was Eric Haas and Hunter Wendelstedt. Search off something like that, and you'll see the video. Keon, you said you're gonna put that on the Twitter?
Yeah. I found the person who originally tweeted it, so I'm going to retweet that.
All right. So find Keon at Sports Cloud is his. I'm at Radio Pal 1580.
Mm-hmm.
Ray, you were getting mad when I say yours, so I'm waiting for you to say yours.
Oh, you're on me. Oh, and I'm at Radio Randy 777.
Last time I read yours and you got mad.
I thought you were just going to read it. I was ready. I mean, I was very calm, very collected.
Now you know why I read it for you.
We really should have some sort of like a pre-show meeting or something.
Why start now? All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll read a few more texts and we'll move on to the next thing. It's some man card accreditations and some dumbasses of the day. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Are you a planner? Do you like to plan ahead? Then, of course, you already have a plan to call Harmon Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer. Up to 85% on your monthly bill with 0 down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Are you seeing what is going on in the home buying market right now? Unbelievable. Not enough inventory, and there is a ton of demand. Some of these homes are getting 30, 40, 50 offers on them. How are you going to stand out? How are you going to differentiate yourself from the other buyers who are in line. I have a way. Use the Lund Mortgage Team. Lund Mortgage Team is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience right here in the Valley. They have a great reputation, and it is a trustworthy pre-approval. And on top of that, they are quick. That's one of the things. You got to come equipped and be ready to buy. So what you need to do is make that first phone call to 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. Get that pre-approval going and then get yourself ready to go buy that home of your dreams. Go online, lundmortgageteam.com, or call 623-875-9940.
Dear Dad, this year, we're making Father's Day extra special with the Untucked shirts that you love. Untucked has the styles that'll make your summer great, from wrinkle-free shirts to performance polos and more. They're designed to be worn untucked, so you can always feel sharp even at your most casual. Father's Day is June 19th. If you still need a gift, check out the new summer styles at untucked.com or one of 80-plus Untucked stores. Use code DAD for 20% off your first purchase. Untucked shirts, designed to be worn untucked.
You can't get much for $5 these days, unless you go to Wendy's for a $5 biggie bag. Get your choice of double stack, junior bacon cheeseburger, or crispy chicken BLT, plus 4-piece nugs, fries, and a drink, all for just $5.
You got that bag. You got that biggie bag. You got that bag.
That was smooth, wasn't it? That's how you're going to feel when you get that biggie bag at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Includes 4-piece nuggets, small soft drink, and small fry. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
This is Brent Musburger. Don't miss Betting Across America, Saturdays at 11 a.m. right here on Arizona Sports Betting Station, 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. And if you thought the Diamondbacks score was going to stay the same, boy, were you wrong. Now it's Atlanta Braves 6, Diamondbacks nothing.
Actually, the game just went final.
Oh, did it? You know what? It did. These glasses, that screen is blurry. This screen is okay. So thank you, Randy. So yeah, that's done now. So
6-0 Braves.
Let's not talk about it anymore. 888-368-1580. Let's get caught up on the old text line here. Dodger Danny says, what Twitter account are you showing that on so I can follow? Well, you can follow Keon at SportsCloud. It is no funky spellings or anything. It's just at SportsCloud. Yep. It's not at SportsCloud 1580 or anything.
Why would it be that?
No, I don't know. Why would you do that? I'm at Radio Pal 1580, and Randy is at Radio Randy 777.
Yeah.
And of course, the radio station is at 1580 The Fanatic, but you're going to go look at the video with the very, very bad pitch call at SportsCloud. That's where you go look. Fish Tank saw it. He says, yeah, that pitch was about 2 baseballs below the box. I'd say 3.
Yeah,
3 or 4.
If you look at the pitch in real time, it's so much worse than the picture with the pitch counts, shows. It's unbelievable.
It's so low. I'm surprised you didn't see a cloud of dust come up off the dirt. He says, when someone says something so insane, you're not even going to argue with them about the topic because they're clearly off their rocker. Well, that is what the batter did. He just was like, yeah, okay.
Like, yeah, if your eyes are that bad, I don't even know what to tell you.
You just got to start if I'm a baseball player, the baseball pants have pockets these days or not? You got a pocket?
Well, there's usually a couple of back pockets.
There's a pocket. All right. Cause you got to have your lineup card. Some people put it in the pocket. Some people put it in their
gloves
hat.
in after they
Sure.
Yeah,
that's right. I would keep some coupons for Lens Crafters in there. And I wouldn't say a word. I would just take it out of my pocket, hand it to the ump.
You might as well, if you do that, just turn around and start walking off the field because you're going to be ejected.
I know, but it would be legendary. Everybody's like, what happened? Gave him one of these.
Especially if you just give it to him and he ejects you and you don't react at all. You don't say anything, just walk straight to the dugout, go to the tunnel.
I don't know what baseball's going to do about this. They've got to do something. They have got to do something about this.
Do they care? Does baseball even care about how bad?
They better start because a lot of people in the United States of America watching these games are crying about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a very, very, very sad thing, the way the officiating. Let's go ahead and rank right now. How bad is the officiating? Our 4 sports. I think hockey's got the best officiating. So I'm going to say it's baseball, basketball, football, hockey. Baseball's the worst.
That sounds right to me.
Baseball,
disagree.
basketball, football,
basketball.
hockey.
Basketball far and away. Then baseball.
You
just
think
because
basketball's
balls
on
and
top?
strikes. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So basketball, baseball, football,
Yeah.
hockey.
Yeah.
Boy, it just seems like baseball's worse.
Because I don't know if it's just because of the way that baseball is, that when you have somebody have an egregious call, it usually stops somebody from scoring dead in their tracks. Where in basketball, sometimes it's hard to tell whether or not someone could have scored on a bad foul call or something like that. It just makes baseball look worse when their calls are bad.
No, it makes them look fat and lazy, which is what they are.
That's what they are. Yeah.
Because a lot of those umpires don't care. They don't care. They're getting, six figures to be an umpire for baseball 6 months a year. 6 damn figures. Okay. And some of these guys are vested veterans. They've been in this business a long time. Hunter Wintelstad is a second generation baseball umpire. His father was horrible as well. And these guys just keep coming into the league.
Runs the family.
And you know what? That's the reason why I didn't argue with you when you said basketball's worse, because basketball's got a similar thing where guys will be, referees in the league, and then their son will come along and be just as ridiculous as they are. Like, it happens in that sport too. So I don't understand how you allow that to happen, because it kind of ends up being no accountability when you do it that way.
So you go to Windelstedt, you're like, hey, you're Windelstedt's kid? Yeah, you should have pulled out. 888-368-1580. Fan says the golf match actually has a pregame show. Rogers is keeping the hippie look, by the way. Yeah, I've got it up on the screens in here, and I looked up and saw it. I'm like, why you got to have a pregame show for this? They're just a bunch of dudes sitting around in their shorts.
Because Capital One is sponsoring it, and they're going to say Capital One as many times as humanly possible.
None of those guys need a Capital One card. They're all, in that room is $1 billion of football players. $1 billion is in that room. Patrick Mahomes with his 500, Tom Brady with his 300 plus, and then his 300 plus that he's going to get for being on Fox. Josh Allen, he's made a pretty penny, and so is Aaron Rodgers. So there's over $1 billion worth of income in this match, and they're just sitting around in their shorts, and
just talking, just hanging out and talking.
And they're like, "Hey, Patrick,
playing golf.
Patrick, maybe not the short shorts. Pull those down a little bit. We don't need to see. We don't need to see everything. We don't need to see everything. And the camera, maybe not be down here. Bring it up here. This angle. I don't need to look up his shorts. Come on, man." Tom Fed fan says Josh Allen just gave Tom Brady a golf ball with an image of Tom's combine picture. That was savage. Is that what he was looking at? Big George says, Randy, I saw your ketchup hot dog video online. It was amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I saw that you did it. So
thank God, because I did not know if it made it out there. You know how I am with social media, Jeffrey.
Yeah, it takes a minute for the videos to actually show up on the Twitter.
Oh my! I didn't know if I made it or not. I hope Berg saw it. Prayers to you, Berg. Hope everything's going well.
He says, thanks for helping Scott Berg fight cancer. Meanwhile, Keon, he's got enough time to post baseball videos on Twitter, but not a ketchup hot dog video.
Do I have a ketchup hot dog right now?
For shame.
Do I have one in my hand right now? I didn't post the video.
The fact
earlier.
you don't have one in your hand right now, it's on you.
Is it? Do we have hot dogs in this radio station I was not aware of? Or
there's a gas station right down the road. There.
Gas stations all over the place.
Okay, let me just get up and walk to a gas station right now so we can do the hot dog challenge right here.
Why not drive the car?
You had all day.
Man, what do you
okay, I posted the baseball video right here in this room. I did, when I'm not working, the social media kind of goes away.
I told you he's pro cancer. When he's not on radio and he's not, it's just pro cancer.
Cancer. How does that work? No,
I don't know how it works. It's crazy. I don't know why you're like this.
I am just lazy. I don't understand how that's not a more reasonable explanation.
Nobody's that lazy. But well done, Randy.
Thank you.
Well done. 888-368-1580. So it's time now for your man of the day. This is a guy at Angel Stadium in California. He made the highlight reel over the weekend. I don't know if you saw it, but he made a barehanded catch of a foul ball. Barehanded. There's the first part. And by the way, you can see the video of this on my Twitters at Radio Pal 1580. And so what happened was he also, look at this, with 2 beers in his arms.
Oh, nice.
2
Nice.
beers. He had 2 beers and caught the ball one-handed. Now, of course, this is a guy who tucks his t-shirt in, so there might be points off for that. But in general, that is a man card accreditation man of the day.
Yeah.
Making the catch with one hand, not spilling a drop of that expensive ballpark beer with the other. Man of the day.
Did you see the guy holding the toddler that made the one-handed catch?
I got that one. Dumbass of the day.
Oh,
because look at what he's doing. He's leaning over the bullpen area at quite a height with that kid in his arms. That is irresponsible. That's not good parenting. That's not good catch. That is endangering your child to catch a foul ball. That guy should have his kid taken away from him.
But he's got an incredible story to tell that kid. You hand that kid the baseball, 3 years later.
Daddy didn't care that much about you. And well, if it came down to it, I was going to catch the ball and drop you, but you got lucky because I was able to do both. So, yeah. Cheers.
Oh, remember that time I nearly killed us for a baseball? Wasn't that great?
Oh, man, I was not going to go over, but you were going to go because Daddy's taking care of 2 things, himself and that ball. That's it. How dumb is that? You don't risk your kid's life. You know, that just seems really irresponsible right there.
I think he's a Mets fan.
You are
It
correct.
explains everything. Oh, so much just got explained in that.
Yep.
4 words, and I have no more questions.
So that dumbass's name is Alan Alcantara, and his 1-year-old son, Levi.
Al Alcantara. All right.
1 year old.
Mm-hmm. Well, he probably could have dropped and rolled if he had to. He's 1, you know. Anyways, so this is a bad look. Anyway, so future dumbass of the day or man of the day. I'm going to let you guys help me decide on this one. Here's the headline: Man seeks to break world record for most bungee jumps in 24 hours.
Oh boy.
That is either going to be your man of the day or dumbass of the day, because if he survives more than 430 jumps in 24 hours, do we give him man of the day, or is he the dumbass of the day no matter what? But 432 snap splat dumbass of the day.
So he's got to do more than 20 an hour.
Yes, correct.
Wow.
431 breaks the record.
I don't know why you'd want to do that.
I just looked this up.
Yeah.
The odds of dying during a bungee jump
Mm-hmm.
is 2 in 1 million. And I still don't like those odds to try that multiple times in it.
Forget those odds, because you're just going out and bungee jumping, and maybe the guys who are running the bungee jump business, you're 10, 15 a day. You know, hey, woo, that was fun. All right. This dude is bungee jumping 430 plus times to break the record. You're telling me that piece of equipment, you're going to trust it 431
every single
times?
time?
No. I think his odds are much higher of snap and splat.
Yeah, I just don't test gravity. That is a rule that I have. Don't test gravity. You don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a French man, Francoise Marie Debon. And I had to look. It's a man.
Debon.
And he's doing this in Scotland because
he's a French guy in Scotland.
Right. And I guess the French people love the Scottish people.
No kidding.
I don't know why.
Is it because the Scots, they wear the kilts and the French have mistaken that for dresses?
She's a beautiful, she's a beautiful woman with a beard. I do not judge. So, yeah, the Highland Fling Bungee team says we've made some adjustments to our winch and retrieval system.
I bet you have.
Our winch retrieval system. They got to get that winch up there quick. So he can jump. Anyway, so future man of the day or dumbass. What do you guys think? What do you think?
That is a future dumbass.
I feel like it's a current dumbass.
True, current dumbass and future dumbass. Because
I don't know. I think it's kind of manly.
Is it?
I mean, this guy, he's willing to go out there 430 times, do the old bungee.
The line between brave and stupid, is a very thin line. But when you test gravity that often, at some point, gravity's going to win that fight.
I guess what we'll say is, if he survives, future man of the day, doing a dumbass thing. How's that?
I don't know why it's a dumbass thing.
I feel like it's a dumbass thing.
I mean, you've adjusted your winch. You're using some Scottish guys in kilts. You're a Frenchman. Come on. What could go wrong?
Sounds like a joke, doesn't it? All right. A French guy goes up to the Scottish guys in a bar. I don't know. It's a mess. What a mess. All right. So here's what we need to do. We need to take this moment as hour one closes and hour two begins. We'll come back and read some of your texts, and let's talk some football when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
FanDuel Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the 75th NBA Finals. We're giving all customers a $75 referral bonus. That's right, you'll give and get $75 in site credit when you invite friends to join America's #1 sportsbook. Here's how it works. Invite your friends from the app, make sure they sign up with your referral link, and as soon as your friend makes any bet of at least $10, you'll both get a bonus. Offer ends June 2nd when Game 1 of the NBA Finals tips off. Don't miss your chance to bet the finals with a bonus. And if you're new to FanDuel, you can also sign up with promo code Steve1580 to get free bets after your first bet. That's promo code Steve1580. Just head over to the FanDuel Sportsbook app and invite your friends today to get your $75 sportsbook credit. 21 plus and present in Arizona. Referred players must wager $10 within 28 days of signing up. Limit 10 referrals. Site credit is non-withdrawable and expires after 7 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
Hi, this is Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz. Well, in its history, the NFL has had some great teams and teams that come out with real special plays. Do you know what NFL team was the first team to come out with the Wildcat offense? The answer coming up on the Daily Sports Quiz.
Nick LaCapria's Daily Sports Quiz brings you a different question from the world of sports each day. If you want even more questions from the world of sports, visit Nick LaCapria's new website, sportstrivia.org. You can test your sports trivia knowledge and get answers to some great questions from the world of sports trivia. Sportstrivia.org. It's free, it's fun, and it's challenging. If you like the Daily Sports Quiz, you'll love sportstrivia.org.
The answer to today's Daily Sports Quiz: name the NFL team that was the first to come out with the Wildcat offense. The Minnesota Vikings. And while the Miami Dolphins may have taken it to the next level as the second team ever, it was the Vikings who originated this offense. I'm Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz.
You can't get much for $5 these days, unless you go to Wendy's for a $5 biggie bag. Get your choice of double stack, junior bacon cheeseburger, or crispy chicken BLT, plus 4-piece nugs, fries, and a drink, all for just $5.
You got that bag, you got that biggie bag, you got that bag.
That was smooth, wasn't it? That's how you're going to feel when you get that biggie bag at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Includes 4-piece nuggets, small soft drink, and small fry. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Contractors, are you missing out on jobs due to lack of bonding? When your current bonding holds you back, call Arizona's #1 bond managers at Constructors Bonding. They have the market relationships and expertise to take you where you want to go. Serving all types of contractors of any size, licensed in all states. When you need better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding, 602-432-5929, or visit CBIalliance.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K24EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And I got a mishmash of texts to catch up on from all the stuff from the last hour. Kiss the Cook says, holding the baby over a rail and catching a foul ball. Isn't that called a Michael Jackson? Yes, I remember that. Yeah, I think we should save calling it a Michael Jackson for some other things that I'm sure that Macaulay Culkin will tell us about someday. Mr. Pink Eye says football has the worst refs. They have instant replay and they still screw up the call. Yeah, I don't feel that. I don't.
Yeah,
feel
but
that.
Jeffrey, they've what's been the discussion? What the hell rule? What the hell indicates a catch? They can't even figure out what a catch is.
And I think that that's more on the league than the refs, though. That they defined a catch as this very strange thing, and then you put the refs in the position of having to figure out what that means based on the wording that you put out there. And they did change the wording, and we've seen those calls get a little bit better.
Mr. Pink Eye, you are correct. Hitting the Nut says, okay, stop sending me videos. I can't watch the video. But he says, Randy, can I get a weather report for Southwest Florida?
Southwest Florida?
Yeah. Is that your own personal video that you're trying to show me of it raining or something? Yeah, the text line.
Southwest Florida?
I'm not clicking on that. Blissful Hayes says, you can always have more children. You may never get a chance to catch a foul ball, though.
That's not true. You can go to more games to try and catch foul balls than you can have kids.
That becomes a very expensive foul ball.
Unless you're
Southwest Florida. From the 1580 The Fanatic Weather
Randy.
Center, weather for Southwest Florida.
We don't need to do that.
81 degrees, partly cloudy and humid. That's it from Southwest Florida.
Yeah, we don't need to do out-of-state weather,
Harmon
Randy.
Solar 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center.
Just because he asked for it doesn't mean you got to do it.
And
back to you, Jeff Go.
Yeah. You got to fix that Doppler radar. We paid a lot of money for it, Randy. Lost Toby says, we need an hourly recap of the previous hour for those that tune in late. And by those, I bet you mean you, Lost Toby. It's called the podcast. That's all I can tell you, man. All I can say is if you miss the first hour later on, go back and listen to it. We move on pretty quick. So it's not like a soap opera. It's not like for some reason you're going to feel like you're completely lost, right? Does that happen when you guys listen to the show? That you feel we feel completely lost doing it a lot of the time.
Which is why it's very optimistic that you think that we'd be capable of giving you a recap from hour to hour. Like I remember what happened 60 minutes ago. I've got no clue.
I can't remember.
Last time on Felicity.
Yeah. We used to do a last time promo for the show for the day before.
Yeah.
But then we kept forgetting what the hell happened, and there was no point to doing it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Last Optimist says, does Keon avoid airplanes out of fear of gravity as well?
If I can.
You don't like flying?
I fly if I have to, but like if I have to. I'll never skydive, that's for sure. That's just not going to happen.
I promised my wife I'd skydive with her someday.
Really?
Yeah, someday. I might be in a
see
little box when it happens.
I don't see the need to leave a perfectly good aircraft.
Oh, those skydiving aircrafts are not perfectly good. They're usually pretty shady and dodgy. You're probably gonna be like, I need to get out of this thing.
You might be safe for skydiving, but then don't get in it to begin with.
That might be on purpose. They might do that so you jump out. Big George says, yeah, that father holding the newborn dangling over the bullpen reminded me of Michael Jackson too, where he's holding his adopted baby over the balcony on a high rise in Europe. Not cool. When I went to the Padres game this past weekend with Luke, I covered his head anytime a foul ball got hit. Yeah, because if let me tell you what happens, Big George. Foul ball hits him on that little soft spot, you'll have a permanent dent in the top of his head. And then they're not gonna call him Luke, they're gonna call him Denty. Hey, Denty, what's up? Hey, what's up, ashtray?
Oh, no.
They're gonna put out their cigarettes right there in the dent on his head.
Boy.
So boy. You don't want a baby to take a foul ball right to the soft spot. Where's the more you know music? That really should be. That's like a public service announcement if I've ever heard one.
get a baseball to the soft spot, it turns into an ashtray.
Yeah, it doesn't bounce off. It just goes. And it's he'll catch the ball with the soft spot.
I have so many things I'm just going to avoid right now.
Just saying. Hitting the nuts says Fort Myers, Florida. No, you get no more weather reports hitting the nuts. Lost Toby says, I most definitely mean me. I just don't want to text in about things you already mentioned. Sorry, man. It's like you're jumping on a merry-go-round with this show. You get there, you might be a little confused for a moment, and then you just grab on and you're taking the ride with the rest of us.
If you text in about something that was already mentioned, join the club. That's like everybody texting into the show.
Oh yeah, it's like that. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, Boomer Sooner driving right now, so you could take a peek at the men's golf and let me know if Arizona State's leading, because as a Sooner fan, you know that I can't stand Texas. I don't have that screen up. Can you get a screen up on that there, George? It's just called Keon George. He says, it's happened to me several times. He says, I'll be away from the show and an hour goes by, I get back and I have no idea what you've talked about or the topics already. Then, well, here's the thing. Just, go along with the ride. That's all I can say. I don't know. Do we have a solution for this? Maybe the show should be closed caption for the thinking impaired. I'm not sure what we need to do here. Navy Brad says skydiving's fun. Swazman says, I never caught a foul ball, but I did sneak up the home plate at Wrigley Field in Chicago. Kids run the bases day after the game. I was acting like I was one of the parents cheering for random kids that weren't mine. Like, good job, Johnny. That's pretty good, Swaz, man. All right, so let's move on. Let's talk about some quarterback stuff. Generally, I say, as God is my witness, I will talk NFL quarterbacks, and a lot of days that doesn't even happen. So I'm not even going to say it. We're just going to suddenly do it. So, okay, what the hell is that noise?
I'm trying to get the score for the men's match play.
Why use your computer? Why are you using your phone?
It's easier on my phone.
Oh, well, I told Keon to do that. He can handle that. All right, so let's talk about some quarterbacks. Before I do the NFL quarterbacks, I want to talk about a football quarterback. Is very far away from the NFL. It's not even close to XFL, USFL, but there is a professional football organization called the Fan Controlled Football League. I know you guys have heard about this because occasionally some has been or never was, like, Johnny Manziel shows up and decides, I'm going to be a quarterback, or Terrell Owens wants to prove that he really could still play in the NFL today. It's a crazy indoor league where fans vote in real time on what plays the offense should be running. And they also decide the outcome of the instant replay reviews. And so, like I said, you got guys like Johnny Manziel, but it doesn't matter. But what I want to talk about is a quarterback by the name of Jason Stewart. He was the quarterback for a team called the Zappers until he threw a touchdown pass last week and then celebrated it by pulling a joint out of his pants and lighting it and taking a hit right there. Just right there on TV.
Wow.
He got fired.
Naturally.
But only on a technicality, because the Fan Controlled Football League, the FCF, actually supports players' responsible use of cannabis. But here's the problem. That was not responsible, because it's still illegal in Georgia where all the games are being played. So smoking is banned in the arena, and I guess Jason had to go. He says, I'm just fine. He says, I'm not sweating it. I'm fine in life and off the field. It was just fun to play again for a minute. Well, no, you're an idiot. This guy is an idiot,
He just pulls a doobie out and just sparks it up right there.
Just right there. And then, listen, if you want to make some comparisons, you don't just pull a flask out of whiskey and take a shot right there. People are like, you need help, man. So you shouldn't be doing that with weed when you're at work, as a football player. And it's not a good, look for the kids either. Good Cat says, guys, what's up? Crappy 4-letter network is projecting Smurf Murray to get $280 million. Well, and the reason they are projecting that is he is in practice today, Randy. Your national nightmare is over. Kyler Murray actually showed up to something.
Is it over, really?
Yep. It's over.
Is he still the quarterback of my team?
Yep. It's over.
Then.
He showed up, and now he's like, give me my money.
Big whoop.
I'm here. What more do you need from me?
I don't.
Did
he say that though?
I'm imagining. They didn't say what he said, so.
I
feel like I know him well enough.
When I hear it from him, I'll believe that he said that. But I think it's at least good for them that he's there.
That's all I know. He's there.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
he was expected to practice today.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you're trying to build your offense, you're trying to install new stuff, you need your starter there. You do. He has to be there, and that's part of the reason why I was really not happy that he wasn't there to begin with. I understand that voluntary OTAs are voluntary, but when you come back after the off season and you want to try new things and try and put new things into your playbook, it helps to have the guy that actually plays quarterback majority of the time out there running those plays. He's got to be there.
Well, he might be there just for the money, and so
still
he may not actually participate. He may just be there so he don't get in trouble.
I did see some video of him, suiting up.
All right,
putting the helmet on. So
what do you think, Randy? That's your man.
Oh no, he's not. No, not mine.
Whether you like it or not,
he's the quarterback of the football team I root for.
Last year, he was Carson Wentz was my guy, and now he's Keon's guy. Thank God.
I mean,
for that.
Well,
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I for all the drama, the offseason drama we've had, I really could care less whether he's there or not. I'll be honest with you. I'm just not I'm not a fan who's willing to accept this type of behavior. Sorry. I guess I'm from the old school where you get paid based upon your worth and what you have done, not projected talent, because often projections aren't met. I'm that way about DeAndre Ayton.
You didn't even catch the John Houseman thing, did you? You're too young, Keon.
Yeah, I don't think you.
Yeah, I went over my head there.
I think Randy's head too.
I got it.
But I don't mind paying a guy based on projection. But you also have to produce. There's a balance there. I can't pay you just purely on projection. But when I look at what you've done, and with Kyler, it's compared to the other guys in your age group playing that same position, they've done more than you. And that is where I have some trouble with Kyler going, well, I deserve to be paid. I'd love for them to pay you too. But when you look at Lamar, there's an MVP. There's a guy that's been in the playoffs. Josh Allen, there's a guy that's been in the playoffs, always in the MVP conversation. With Justin Herbert, there's a guy that is got everything lined up, and like all he has to do is put it together. I see guys that are young and making this stuff happen. Joe Burrow goes to a Super Bowl. Kyler, you haven't done anything relative to guys your age. No one's comparing you to Brady or Rodgers. Guys your age, you have done less than them. That's just a fact.
And yet he wants Brady and Rodgers type pay.
Kyler Murray is every kid who comes out of college with a simple degree and says, all right, I'm here. Give me my $100,000 a year now, please.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how it works. You have to earn it first with the degree. Then you have to earn it by starting at the bottom and making very little money and proving yourself. And then you get paid. See, that's where Kyler Murray seems to be a little confused. The proving yourself and earning it part. He has proved he has talent, but he has not proved himself to a point with leadership and on the field where he has earned that max payout.
Yeah, yes, he has helped his team improve over the last couple of seasons. Yes, that is true. I will give you that. But not last season, but the season before that, all you had to do was beat the Chicago Bears, and you would have gone into the playoffs. You did not do that. And then last season, you were in the wild card game, and you lost horribly after you had defeated the same team earlier in the season by a large amount. And then you want to blame everybody else. Give me a break. I'm not paying you. You're on a contract. Show up and do the work, and we'll talk about it after this season.
And the thing is, I'm not opposed to guys trying to use their leverage to get paid. But when you've got another year left on your deal, play the year. what do you have to gain by trying to hold out a year early? Because the team can just wait for you. Just wait. You don't even have the leverage that you thought you had.
The Jet says, it's Keon short. Seems like a lot of things go over his head. 888-368-1580. I don't know why he's saying that. It's sort of mean and out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's just that's a reference I think I was too young to get, but sure. Yeah.
No, I don't blame anybody for not getting it.
Make whatever jokes you want. I don't know.
Boomer. Boomer Sooner says, golf scores, please. Listen, we're not your golf station, Boomer. But did we ever find
Texas leading ASU 3 out of the 3 matches to 2.
Are you happy, Boomer Sooner? Are you happy now?
Yeah.
Fed fan says, I wouldn't be surprised if this Kyler Murray situation ends up biting us in the ass in the future. What do you mean? I don't understand. How is it going to bite how's it going to bite the Cardinals in the ass in the future? I feel like it's biting them now.
I don't know that it's biting them right now.
I think she just wanted to hear me say bite him on the ass.
I think that maybe what she's saying is that when you take longer to negotiate these deals, quarterback X comes along and gets paid a little bit more money,
I see.
Then the price jumps up. You could have locked in the deal earlier, and it feels like a lot now, but as the cap goes up,
it's like
it's a lower deal.
You see the gas prices are $4.89. And you're like, okay, well, I'll fill the tank, a couple days from now. A couple days from now, it's $5.19, and you're like, oh, damn it! I was sitting there wondering if I was going to get gas. I should have done it.
And I know I'm going to sound like a boomer here. I'm sorry, but since when do you get paid according to what quarterback X gets when quarterback X is doing his job with his team? This is a whole different situation, in my opinion.
This is not real estate.
I realize the Cowboys just enormously overpaid for Dak Prescott. I will example again this past season. He's not an upper echelon quarterback. They didn't even make the damn playoffs. Give me a break.
Mm-hmm. Good Cat says hook 'em horns. Big George says, here, Randy. I agree with you. I don't want the Cardinals to overpay Kyler, but I think the Cardinals and drunk Steve Keim are probably going to do that.
I know, and it just bugs me.
And
I get it.
I understand where Randy's coming from because I don't disagree with you, Randy. But just the way the NFL is right now, you wind up overpaying for the quarterback position.
I just,
even if it feels gross.
Hitting the Nut says, I was going to be a quarterback, but then I got high. Random Texter says, biting the Cardinals in the ass because Kyler Murray is only tall enough to bite somebody on the ass.
Yeah.
Basically, Randy is saying little man is acceptable. Little man temper tantrum and antics, not acceptable.
Yeah.
Navy Brad wants us all to know there's a silver lining, and that is 99 days till NFL kickoff.
Yeah, that's right. I was going to remind you.
Sounds
days.
So much better than 100, don't it? Oh, that's right. Okay, well, let's. I want to see the calendar go like in the movies when they show you somebody's fast forwarding, and not like. That's too slow. We need football to get back here. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
FanDuel Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the 75th NBA Finals. And to celebrate 75 years of the NBA, we're giving all customers a $75 referral bonus. Yeah, Randy from the Blender here. You'll give and get $75 in site credit when you invite friends to join America's #1 sportsbook. Now, here's how it works. You invite your friends from the app, make sure they sign up with your referral link, and as soon as your friend makes any bet of at least $10, you both get a bonus. Offer ends June 2nd when Game 1 of the NBA Finals tips off. Don't miss your chance to bet the finals with a bonus. If you're new to FanDuel, you can also sign up using promo code Randy1580 to get free bets after your first bet. That's promo code Randy1580. Remember, you've got to be 21 or older, present in Arizona. Referred players must wager $10 plus within 28 days after signing up. Limit 10 referrals. Site credit is non-withdrawable and expires after 7 days. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
You can hear the grunts of pain. You can smell the workout sweat. You can feel the muscles straining. And even if you can't, we can.
And that's all that really matters.
NFL training camp. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. Here we go. It fills the senses.
Well, everyone's but yours.
Get the latest info, insights, and breaking news here.
Respect what it is we're doing here.
On your home for the NFL, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, talking NFL quarterbacks here for a moment at least. Deshaun Watson, yeah, that ain't looking good. So let me give you the timeline here. The other day, Deshaun Watson lawyer was arguing that the grand jury findings should be enough to end the NFL investigation, saying basically because there wasn't enough to prosecute, well, then it shouldn't be even a thing. They should be able to figure all this stuff out and end the investigation. And I'm sure at that time they were pushing for like maybe a few games of suspension or something, or nothing really, saying that, okay, he didn't get arrested. It wasn't criminal. Nothing happened. So he shouldn't be suspended. And then another person came forward. It just came out today that a new lawsuit has been filed. This will be number 23. Somebody who had decided they didn't want any of this trouble, but then they saw the interviews on the HBO Real Sports. And she says, you know what? I've changed my mind. Seeing how strong the women are that I can be strong too. And I got to tell you, I read the account that this girl gave, and she seems extremely credible. The way it was all described and whatnot, but it doesn't even matter. What matters is another person has come forward. And this is one of those things, if you're the NFL, you can't just let them off the hook for this.
Well, I was reading an article earlier today in regards to this, Jeffrey.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems very likely, according to a lot of the news networks, ESPN and CBS Sports, and they're all reporting that, according to what they're hearing from the NFL, that Deshaun will be he'll be suspended the entire 2022-23 campaign.
This entire coming year.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Which you'll be
and it's not solid, but it's rumblings from inside the NFL.
That actually would make sense because most of his legal troubles, he's not going to find his way through this until like 2024. I mean, all these lawsuits are going to drag out and take all sorts of time. It's going to be very hard for them to sort of figure out what is what. And as they go forward, the NFL could also extend this. So it might be a thing like what they did with the baseball player, indefinite. They say he's indefinitely suspended. And as things start to pile up, that might be more worse and worse, which means holy crap, are the Browns stupid?
Well,
Oh my God.
and I've got to feel bad for Cleveland Brown fans. There is probably no better football fans in the earth than these Cleveland Brown fans. And boy, they have had just some real idiotic players and moves by their team.
This is a real tough one because, all 23 gals, some of those, I mean, how many, if they pop up, okay, well, that one wasn't true, or that one wasn't true. There are still 15 that were, there are still 12 that were, there's still one that were. No matter what the number, he's got to go down on them. Sorry for this. Boy, that was a bad choice of words, wasn't it?
Well, sometimes it just happens that way. But I don't know how to gauge the credibility, but somewhere between 1 and now 23, there's got to be something there. And part of it is it's not just their word, but there's the text that he sent to Ashley Solis, the first woman that stepped forward to admit that he did in fact do something that upset her. That's not good. This person that's joining the lawsuit, the 23rd, some of the things that she said with the interactions that she had with Deshaun Watson, those things don't look good either for Deshaun. So it's just this based on just sheer quantity, we're going to get bits and pieces of information that might stack up to telling us a full story. That's not good.
Here's where there is a habitual problem, and that is, where were all these massage therapists? Now, if there was one in every market where he would go to play football, and he I need somebody while I'm in town to give me, to loosen me up. Okay. All right. So 31 different teams. All right. Maybe that's it. But if all of these gals are sort of in the same neighborhood, if you will, where Deshaun Watson lives, now that is really, really glaring as, a problem.
And a lot of them are from Houston.
Exactly. So, yeah, you can understand why, Deshaun, are there 23 different massage therapists who have a receipt of your credit card. So you've been to most people, maybe you go to a massage therapist and oh gosh, that one was too much. That hurt. And you go to another one. Oh, it's so weak sauce. Oh, I found one that's really good. You don't go through 23.
And here's the other thing. He's admitted, him and his attorney admitted that at least 3 of these massages ended in
consensual,
right? Which means that you at least went to these massages hoping that they would turn into something more,
right?
At the very least, which is scummy already.
And this is all information we had before the Browns said, "Hey, Deshaun, come on over. We're going to pay you a bunch of money. We're going to gamble on this." And we'll say, well, what the heck? We'll piss off Baker Mayfield and gamble with whatever it is you did or did not do with those gals. And now, because the way we see it, hey, if Baker don't play and you don't play, we're going to get another first-round draft pick. We're going to get us a quarterback anyways, because we're the Browns doing Browns things.
Because you are paying this man $230 million and every nickel is guaranteed.
That is whether he goes to the Gray Bar Hotel or not.
It's a guaranteed. It's fully guaranteed.
Yep. So there's no provisions in. Are you sure? Because I thought I heard there might have been some provisions.
Well, let me double check that. But
because that would be the most Browns thing they've ever done.
Well, I don't think he's risking any jail time. I think he's been cleared of that. But now these are all just civil lawsuits.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Well, if he did any of this, he should go to jail, which is a crime.
Well, I agree wholeheartedly. But the bottom line is, the grand jury somehow
part two
cleared him.
Because part two, though, if the NFL suspends him indefinitely, so even if he's suspended for conduct, are they still on the hook to pay all that money?
That's a great question.
There's got to be.
I wouldn't think so.
There's got to be an out for the Browns. Why would they do this? Why would they gamble so hard, double down, piss off Baker Mayfield, double down on a bleep load of money for a guy, and we wondered this back then too. Why would they do this? A bleep load of money for a guy who may not even get to see the field because they're the Browns. That's all I've got.
Right. So if he's suspended, he's not going to be paid his
There it
base
is.
salary.
There it is.
But for instance, the signing bonus for
all his.
$45 million. Yeah, he's got that. That's going right into his pocket.
$45 million roll of the dice. Boy, you know what? I got to tell you, this all feels so gross. This is a guy who did bad things to women. And it doesn't feel just gross. The shame on you, Browns. Rye Guy says, hey guys, maybe one of you can explain why the folks can't look up their own weather and scores. Don't they have internet? Boomer Sooner is very old. But he also said he was driving. So he was only able to text and drive. He's not able to look up scores and drive.
I'm guessing he's voice texting.
I'm hoping he's safe.
And I'm not going to lie. The college golf scores
ain't easy to find.
Yeah, doesn't pop up on the front page of any sports sites.
Nope. Chief Skull says, yeah, base salary, you have a starting point, and that is why they blame teams for overpaying players, because it sets precedents for other players and teams. You got to trade Kyler for Jared Goff. That was for Boogie. Yeah, right there. Last Optimist says, suspend them 2 games for every lawsuit. Well, right now, they're at least suspending him for, almost all of them. 1 game per, if you look at it, if you were to assume he might go to the Super Bowl. Pro Dog says Cowboys did make the playoffs and they did get their butts kicked. Good Cat says, so has Watson taken over the nickname Rub and Tug from Kraft? So there's a difference. Rub and Tug is Kraft. Rub and Assault is Deshaun Watson. Nobody accused Robert Kraft of assault. Deshaun Watson, yeah. Dodger Danny says that is why they're only paying him $1 million next year, because they know he's going to miss the season. So he's got the guaranteed money. That's what I'm saying. He got $45 million.
Yeah,
maybe he's going to need it to pay off some of these people, but
I can't believe the NFL allowed that. But yeah, his base salary is only $1 million, so that's all he misses of that year, with the suspension, and then the real guaranteed money would come in following years when he'd actually be playing.
Fed Fan says these golfers better not give up their day jobs. All the birds and furry animals out there are scared for their lives. It's so bad. I thought I saw Josh Allen and some waders in some water, but no, it just turns out he's was behind a berm. 888-368-1580. Hitting the Nut says, I'll give you a weather report. It'll be ready with 100% chance of mosquitoes. Well, that's what you get for being in Florida.
Yeah.
Big George says, I agree with you, Jeffrey. This whole thing makes me feel gross. I feel like Deshaun Watson should not be allowed to play another down in the NFL. Just even just one instance out of those 23 is bad. The 23,
agreed,
inexcusable. Cards Chappie says the Browns changed the quarterback market for a whole lot of uncertainty and drama. Sheesh. Yep. Watermelon says that $45 million signing bonus is enough to pay $1 million out on all of those civil suits, and this jerk is still getting money at the end of the day. What is wrong with the NFL? Win at all costs.
Yeah. That's the nature of the league. Like, if you're a general manager and you bring in Deshaun Watson, it doesn't matter how dirtbaggy he is. If he wins you a Super Bowl, that's the name of the game.
Yep. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. Let's talk about other quarterbacks before I lose my lunch on this whole Deshaun Watson thing. Actually, I'll be honest with you, it's not that. I found some M&Ms in my briefcase.
You're about like 4 years old.
How old? Yeah.
Well, so when I'm here at the radio station, it's been well documented that Bruce Jacobs slobbers and spits on everything in this room. And I came in here a couple of weeks ago and I cleaned it, like really deep cleaned it. And it looks like I hadn't. Okay. Oh, no. So when I'm in here, I try to be very careful. I'll open up a thing of candy. I won't touch it with my hands. I'll just pour it all in my mouth. So I found some M&Ms in my bag. I'm like, ooh, extra M&Ms. And so I grabbed it just a little bit ago, poured it in my mouth, and it's like, those are quite old. And I was like, well, but I need the caffeine of the chocolate and I need the sugar. So I just kept chewing and took a swish, and I'm going to be honest with you, it doesn't feel great.
Oh boy.
I didn't realize that old M&Ms could be that lethal. That
They might have been 5 or 6 years old.
Okay.
They were
Oh,
in my
boy.
bag. They were
Yeah.
deep in there. And I was surprised.
Yeah.
I was like, no, they were kind of crystallized. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Mm.
I can't even judge you out of eating them too, though.
Didn't taste like M&Ms. That's how old they were. They did not they were crunchier than they should have been. And these were not peanut M&Ms. These were
No.
M&Ms. I
Wow.
have made a horrible mistake.
To the point that they were already in my face, I don't know that I would have stopped.
Yeah. Well, they were in my mouth, and I was like, crunch, crunch. Still sugar. Not quite in a form that it's used to being in. Yeah, that was a huge mistake. So Trey Lance is taking a line and saying, it's not my job. That seems to be like the new quarterback thing. You know, we had to listen to Tannehill say, it's not my job to mentor this guy. We've heard, I think, Aaron Rodgers say the same sort of thing. We heard Brett Favre say it at one point. Well, now Trey Lance says it's not my job, but he has it in the right context. He says it's not my job to care about reporters or people on social media say. Finally, somebody gets it. You are correct, sir. Yeah, I guess he only cares about what his teammates and the coaches feel about him. He is focused. Seems like Trey Lance is saying all the right stuff. You really sure hope his play follows through, because I like the guy.
I do too. You know, he's been that way for a long time. And I really hope that everything that he flashed when he was in college and flashed in the few moments he got to play.
Wait a minute.
Last
He got
season.
arrested for flashing in college?
No,
Is that what you're saying?
I'm just talking about his potential.
So he's another dirtbag, is he?
No,
Another
no.
Deshaun Watson on
No,
our hands
no,
because
no,
he's going
no.
around flashing? Is that what it is?
Trey Lance, not that, at least not that we know of. Just his potential when he was able to show what he could do at those various levels. I'd love to see it work out for him because he seems like a really good dude.
I mean, pardon me if I'm not all on the Trey Lance train. The 49ers are in my division. So although I don't wish any harm to anybody, I don't wish any good on them either.
I feel like you just put a curse on him.
No, I never did.
Did you just put a hex on him?
No.
Let me see
No.
your hands. I want to make sure you don't have any eye of newt.
See?
Both
No eye
sides.
of newts.
Both sides. Both
No,
sides. Turn
no
your hands.
hair,
Both sides.
No hair, the bat, no eye of newts, nothing like that.
All right. We have a new texter here on the program. A new texter. It says, Mr. O'Brien. Oh, wow. Some kid is laying it on thick right about now, right? Who is your favorite football team? I'm going to say it's the Colts. The Colts of Indianapolis, and also the Colts of Silver City, where my son is going to be playing football. So there you go. Thanks, Broccoli. 888-368-1580. Swazman says, do you think Hoodie will try to get our boy from Chicago and Eastern Illinois University? You know, Jimmy G. Also, my brother played at Eastern during the Sean Payton era in '87. No. Why would the Hoodie?
No.
Why would the Patriots want Jimmy G back? They got Mac Jones.
Mac Jones. They got the future. Mac Jones is their guy. The only reason they would pick up Jimmy G is because he's familiar with the system and he could serve as a backup quarterback. But
and even then, with the money that Jimmy G is making, because people think I hate Jimmy G, and I don't. But for the money, that is horrible value.
No, for the record, people think Randy hates Ohtani.
Yeah, that's true.
I think they're right though. Chief Skull says, breaking news from Keon: Trey Lance flashed briefly, but not his brieflies. Hefty Lefty says, an unopened can of light beer left in the fridge for 22 years doesn't go bad, per source. I'm the source. Wow. Seriously? That's amazing. 22 years.
22 years.
Pro Dog says, Seahawks moves at quarterback look good compared to the Browns now. Yeah, who's there for the Browns if Baker Mayfield doesn't play? I have no idea. Do you?
Maybe Jimmy G.
No. No. Maybe.
That would be a very Browns thing to do, wouldn't it?
It would. Let's just add fire to our.
We'll take his entire contract, please.
Let's see here. Looking at the depth chart for the Browns after Baker Mayfield, you have your guy Jacoby Brissett.
Not my guy.
And well, just
you shut your mouth
because I don't know. I like him. I think
I don't need Mr. 500 no more.
I'm not saying take him back. I'm
I
just
don't
saying,
want him. You can't make me take him back.
And Josh Dobbs.
Who?
Joshua Dobbs
Who?
actually played at the University of Tennessee.
Who?
He was
ages
Capitol
ago.
Hill correspondent for ABC for many years.
Who?
He was also he was a backup for the Steelers.
Who?
Third string guy.
Who?
It's not great. It's not looking good.
Navy Brad says, Jeffrey, honest question. When will you do your next round of Hall of Fame texters? Probably about the 10th of never. Last Optimist says, I also graduated from the illustrious Eastern Illinois University. What was that? Did I just hear a cat? Okay.
You may have heard Miss Kim's cat.
Oh, I thought you got rid of that thing. I heard it. Wow. I'm like, oh my God.
No, this cat is Jing.
Is Cecil
and,
okay?
Oh yeah, Cecil's fine.
Okay.
Jing is she's harmless, but she meows like she smokes 10 packs of cigarettes a day. It's like like that.
what
And
I
every
heard,
time
yeah.
she moves around the house, whether it's day or night, she has to announce that she has moved. So she's just announced she has moved from the chair right outside the hallway of the studio here at the complex. And so
Yeah, I thought somebody was fighting for their life a moment ago.
No, it's just Jing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hefty Lefty says Nate Peterman to the Browns. Ryan Fitzpatrick says, this is it. It's my time to shine.
Let's go, Ryan.
Come on, Fitzpatrick. Let's go.
It's the only reason we never watch the Browns. All right, let's take a break. We've got more stuff to do in the NFL. And of course, we've got a little this or that with Keon coming up too. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Good morning, Arizona. Dave McKee for my dear friend, Dr. Fountas, the only doctor that will give you an actual goal date for your weight loss target. Females lose an average of half a pound a day, 60 pounds in 4 months. Males, like me, lose 96 pounds in 4 months. You eat your own regular foods. There's no medicines. This is the best deal going. If you need to lose weight, call Dr. Fountas, 480-443-0778.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
500 apiece, you get that fine for 500, 2 apiece, 150.
The best weekly auction is right here in Arizona. It's only a click of the mouse away from great deals on almost everything. Visit liquidateaz.com for this week's online auction that features new household items, tools, appliances, furniture collectibles, including jewelry, coins, knives, stamp collection, and military items. Each week's auctions feature a wide variety of different items, with all auction items starting at $1. LiquidateAZ.com, all up for auction this week. LiquidateAZ.com to view this week's auctions. Looking to liquidate an estate or your business excess inventory? LiquidateAZ.com can help with complete auction services. Liquidate AZ will handle everything for your online auction, from online auction setup, extensive marketing, facilitating the online auction, and schedule the pickup and delivery after the auction. LiquidateAZ.com. For more information, that's LiquidateAZ.com.
Dear Dad, this year we're making Father's Day extra special with the Untucked shirts that you love. Untucked has the styles that'll make your summer great, from wrinkle-free shirts to performance polos and more. They're designed to be worn untucked, so you can always feel sharp even at your most casual. Father's Day is June 19th. If you still need a gift, check out the new summer styles at untucked.com or one of 80+ Untucked stores. Use code DAD for 20% off your first purchase. Untucked shirts, designed to be worn untucked.
You can't get much for $5 these days, unless you go to Wendy's for a $5 biggie bag. Get your choice of double stack, junior bacon cheeseburger, or crispy chicken BLT, plus 4-piece nugs, fries, and a drink, all for just $5.
You got that bag. You got that biggie bag. You got that bag.
That was smooth, wasn't it? That's how you're going to feel when you get that biggie bag at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Includes 4-piece nuggets, small soft drink, and small fry. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Your home for sports. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Well, Jameis Winston has a limp.
What does that mean?
That means the Saints are going to suck.
No. Well,
yeah, I guess he got that torn ACL last season there, and he had the surgery, and he's recovered from it. He's been cleared to participate, and they're like, yep, he's got a visible limp, and it was present at the last week's OTA sessions. So Andy Dalton is like, my chance, or maybe even Ryan Fitzpatrick, who knows? They got basically Andy Dalton, Ian Book, and of course Taysom Hill. He's no longer in the quarterback room. He's back to just being a tight end. So
yeah. Well, Sean Payton was the only one who thought Taysom Hill was a quarterback.
This is where you go if you're Jimmy Garoppolo, if you ask me.
The problem with that is that the Saints are in cap hell. They've just they sold out in previous years to try and win a Super Bowl. And, the same thing that the Rams did, they just didn't care about the cap, signed guys to these deals, and we'll worry about it later. If we win a championship, it's worth it. And now it's later. So Jimmy Garoppolo's contract is going to be tough for them to acquire.
Well, Baker Mayfield, same problem. Right?
Roughly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
so the Saints don't get a quarterback this year. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't think so. They were just hoping Jameis would be fine.
You get one on crutches, whatever works. Number one Rattlers fan says, I'm going to Detroit for 2 weeks. Want me to bring anything back? No. Definitely not water. Bala 51 says, if you guys had any chance to watch any episodes of Letterkenny Shoresy, it's a perfect anti-Ted Lasso for a real sports fan. You are correct, and a lot of people are making that comparison. It is the R-rated Ted Lasso, anti-Lasso, whatever you want to call it. And I watched the entire 6 episodes, and it was good. It was Letterkenny good. It was a straightforward good. Now, Letterkenny goes into some weird areas, does some weird things, and sometimes you're like, oh, okay, come on, bring it back. But no, this Shoresy, the hockey oriented version of the show, perfect. I had no problem. Only problem I had with it is the way the 6 episodes ended. I'm like, well, wait, it's not done yet. This can't be over yet. So that's just the way they tell you. Leave them wanting more. Unlike us, who we do 3 full hours. 888-368-1580.
They can't wait till we sign off.
Right.
Dear God.
We've hung around probably a good hour and 45 minutes longer than we need to.
Is it over yet?
That's right. Josh McDaniels, that douche nozzle from the Patriots.
I've known him as the offensive coordinator, and
that's what I said. Anyway, this douche nozzle, Josh McDaniels, he promised to be the Colts coach, and then he pulled out of that.
Gotta let it go.
Dirty piece of garbage that he is.
Yeah,
and he hung around with the hoodie for a few years, doing the bidding of evil Bill Belichick and rub and tug Robert Kraft. And now he's finally decided to spread his wings, and he has accepted the job of the Raiders head coach.
Yeah.
So this is what he says. Derek Carr is a great human being and a really smart player.
Doesn't mean he's a good quarterback.
What do you know about a great human being, Josh McDaniels, living in the shadow of the evil empire and being a complete douche nozzle yourself? You would know a great human being if they bit you on the ass.
What do you expect somebody from the evil empire to talk about? What do you expect him to do?
Play football.
That's it. That's all I expect. No, he says he's a great human being, smart football player. You don't have to say it 5 times for him to get it.
I see.
You really? Does Derek Carr really strike you as smart?
Derek Carr?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
I think so.
Smart? Like, I've een him. I'm like, maybe he's football smart, but he hasn't really struck me as like overburdened with intelligence.
Yeah. How do you gauge that though? I mean, I don't
interviews, his sort of vacant stare on the sidelines. I don't know. He doesn't come across as brainy.
Well,
me.
he may not be Yale or Harvard smart, but I think he's intelligent enough to play, at this level of football. And I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's been a pretty decent quarterback. I mean, he's not great. He's not elite, but he has been pretty good for the Raiders.
And some people are articulate, and then you just find out, you're just saying words. You don't actually know anything. So if he's not that in interviews, that may not mean that he's smart,
But he's
or not.
damn good at putting on eyeliner, though, ain't he?
Well,
if you need a guy to put on some eyeliner, that's Derek Carr.
Come on now, Jeffrey.
He's not poked himself in the eye once. He's a steady hand.
Come on.
It's very important.
He didn't cry when he broke his leg.
No, he did get a man card accreditation for that.
Well, there you go.
All he did was, it's broke. That was it. That was all he did.
He says that he doesn't wear eyeliner.
Oh, he's so full
He
of
just,
crap.
he just has the darkest eyelashes known to man.
Yeah, well, he does.
He doesn't wear eyeliner. He had it tattooed on like a girl.
Oh, come on.
That's what he has. I guarantee you. He's got the eyeliner. His brother has the Exxon Valdez slick on his head. Something's wrong with that family. I'll tell you that right now.
Wow. Wow.
Derek Carr might be the best guy. I don't know. Again, one of those driving through Arizona things. What the hell?
I'm never coming here again.
Lost Toby says, I was upset that the Shorzy was only 6 episodes. I know. One more episode maybe would have done it. Good Cat says, wait, number one Rattler fan thinks he'll actually make it back from Detroit. I didn't want to say anything. What do you want back from Detroit? You alive would be nice.
Yeah.
Well,
we need the ratings.
That's what we're going to settle for. To be honest.
We're not that optimistic about it, but Against the Spread says, did I hear an Eastern Illinois reference? I'm a proud alumni myself of that distinguished university. When I was there, we called it the Harvard of the Midwest. Romo uses the same line on CBS when he clowns it.
Yeah.
Boomer Sooner says, should ask you the same question. Are you smart or do you play so on radio? I don't know.
I don't think Jeffrey's anything about Plato. I think he is brilliant, though.
I don't know.
See?
I don't know if I am smart or not. I just read script. Swizman says, great place for Jimmy G to land where all those ladies of the night hang out in Vegas, if you know what I'm saying.
Jimmy G to Vegas?
Why would they need him in at the Saints in New Orleans or the Browns of
Cleveland.
Stupid town.
Yeah.
Hefty Lefty says Mahomes buttoning his polo all the way up is making me unreasonably angry at him. Can't be the fact that he's beaten my team 13 straight times. No, the polo shirt. That's got to be the reason.
Why do guys do that?
Button
you
them
do
up
that?
all the way top? Never.
Yeah, do you do
No,
that?
I feel like I was being
can't do
choked.
that. Hey, Keon, do you do that?
No.
Maybe that's why Patrick Mahomes talks so weird.
Yeah, it talks like this.
He's just buttoned up everything on his neck.
And what if he unbuttons it and he's like, hey, how you doing? Like, whoa. See, you should have never. Yeah. And that he puts ketchup on his steak.
Oh, well.
That right there has probably changed his voice.
I put ketchup
too.
on my hot dog today.
Yeah, because you made a video for the bird.
Yeah. Actually, I ate 2 of those hot dogs.
On video?
No, just one on the video.
You know, when I did my video, I did the same thing.
I had 2.
How about you, Keon? Oh, right. You're pro cancer. Forgot.
How was your hot dog today?
No,
I'm not pro cancer.
sorry.
Again, I am just not lazy. I'm not good at what am I good at? I just
took
don't
my
feel like
time.
recording myself when I eat.
I
think to do it, you know.
I took my time today, Jeffrey. I grilled that hot dog. I grilled all 6 of them, actually. I grilled all 6 of them. Did you notice that a nice snap to it?
Oh, yeah. The skin. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds good.
Aiden's Army says, Jeffrey, you listen good. If someone offers to bring you something from Detroit, you tell them. Bring you Buddy's Pizza and a Coney Island hot dog every time.
I didn't know Coney Island was in Detroit.
I'm very confused by that, too. They have a Coney Island in Detroit?
Well, there's it's a style of hot dog, too, though.
What?
The Coney Island dog is its style.
How do you know about hot dogs? You won't even have.
Yeah, you don't need to get to talk about
I
hot
know,
dogs.
I
You
just-
keep your mouth shut.
No, I
You
get to
don't
talk
know,
about
you
hot
don't know,
dogs.
You don't.
I
You don't
just-
know.
Don't
You
be
don't
bringing
know.
your
You
hot
don't
dog
know.
knowledge
I
into
just
the
don't
How dare you,
Jeopardy.
sir?
I just
How dare
don't
you?
record it.
How dare
I
you?
eat hot dogs all the time. I've eaten 3 hot dogs this week.
Oh my God! And you haven't recorded one of
Oh.
them?
Of course I
One of
haven't.
them?
Selfishness of it.
I don't think about my phone when I'm
Well,
eating
I guess
food.
a guy who's pro cancer would
Yeah.
probably do that.
Yeah. It's all right. No, that's all right. We get it. We know who you are.
Not
888-368-1580. Watermelon says, Keon, question. What was Carr's test score for the aptitude test? Oh, yeah, the Wonderlic.
The Wonderlic?
Yeah, I'm curious about that. That shouldn't be too hard to find. Number one Rattler fan says, why is a douchebag a douche a negative thing? I mean, you hang around. Okay, I can't read that.
No. No.
He says, I just think I'd rather be a douche. Hefty Lefty says Jimmy G needs to play for a team in San Fernando Valley if he wants to be near the women of his liking, if you know what I mean. Fed fan says, Jeffrey, you're just jealous because Carr looks better in eyeliner than you do. Nobody looks better in eyeliner. Wrong. Chief Skull says Patrick Mahomes' doppelganger is Fozzie Bear. I thought it was
Fozzie Bear.
Sounds more like Kermit the Frog.
Well,
All right.
well, he kind of, but he sounds like Fozzie. Yeah.
Okay, what
He
do you
sounds like Fozzie
What do you got
Bear.
for a Wonderlic score on Mr. Carr?
Derek Carr's Wonderlic score is 20.
And what's the high score?
Well, you can score up in the 40s, but they say a good Wonderlic score is 26, around 26.
See, Derek Carr is dumb as his eyeliner.
Oh boy.
Well, that doesn't tell me how seriously you took the Wonderlic. It doesn't. I don't think the Wonderlic even tells me if you're smart.
Yeah,
It's a
I
wonder.
agree.
It's a wonder if you're able to take it.
Well, all these guys are like, I don't need to take this. I don't care.
Yeah.
They're just.
And there was one.
Your
corner-
shoes are brown. Your eyes are green. What color is your coat?
There was one cornerback that scored a 3, and people were roasting him. And then they found out later he was dyslexic. He just had trouble reading it because everything looked backwards to him. So I don't want to put too much stock into a Wonderlic.
If the
test, 'cause
sky is blue, how fast is that airplane?
Colonoscopy. Did I get it right?
No.
Sounds unpleasant.
Oh. No, that was the answer to his question. I got a huge score on the Wonderlic. Hour 2 down, hour 3 next. Daily Blender, 1580, the Fanatic.
FanDuel Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the 75th NBA Finals. And to celebrate 75 years of the NBA, we're giving all customers a $75 referral bonus. That's right. You'll give and get $75 in site credit when you invite friends to join America's #1 sportsbook. Here's how it works. Invite your friends from the app. Make sure they sign up with your referral link. And as soon as your friend makes any bet of at least $10, you'll both get a bonus. Offer ends June 2nd when Game 1 of the NBA Finals tips off. Don't miss your chance to bet the finals with a bonus. If you're new to FanDuel, you can also sign up with promo code DALE1580 to get free bets after your first bet. That's promo code DALE1580. Just head over to the FanDuel Sportsbook app and invite your friends today to get your $75 sportsbook credit. You must be 21 or older and present in Arizona. Referred players must wager $10 or more within 28 days after signing up. Limit 10 referrals. Site credit is non-withdrawable and expires after 7 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
Business people like it straight and to the point. So here it is. Bruce Jacobs here to tell you take control of your utility expenses by calling Harmon Solar right now. They can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with 0 down and no payments for 12 months. Level your energy costs, protect yourself from inflation. How's that for straight and to the point? Here's more. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Are you seeing what is going on in the home buying market right now? Unbelievable. Not enough inventory, and there is a ton of demand. Some of these homes are getting 30, 40, 50 offers on them. How are you going to stand out? How are you going to differentiate yourself from the other buyers who are in line. I have a way. Use the Lund Mortgage Team. Lund Mortgage Team is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience right here in the Valley. They have a great reputation, and it is a trustworthy pre-approval. And on top of that, they are quick. That's one of the things. You got to come equipped and be ready to buy. So what you need to do is make that first phone call to 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. Get that pre-approval going and then get yourself ready to go buy that home of your dreams. Go online, lundmortgageteam.com, or call 623-875-9940.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Before we go any further, I think it's important I got to let everybody know, if you see Owen Wilson's tires, his wheels have been stolen off of his Tesla. He'd like to have them back, please.
Oh, geez.
So, yeah, Owen Wilson, he had his car out in front of his house there and in Santa Monica, and it came out, and the thing, all the wheels were gone.
Oh, boy.
$4,000 right there. That's because it's a Tesla, so everything on it's going to be expensive. But if you have his tires, his wheels, he promises you just return them and no questions asked, and everything will be fine. But outside of that, his nose is all out of joint about this. So you please help Owen Wilson. Listeners have gotten a bunch of, like their catalytic converters stolen and stuff like that. It's like you can't even park your car outside anymore.
Otherwise, someone will try to go to Jack in the Box, freak out, and leave it in the drive-thru.
Exactly.
You never know.
I also saw somebody posted a picture in broad daylight. This dude stole a catalytic converter out from under a truck, and it's like the sun is beaming down on him, full face on camera. He's running, holding up this catalytic converter, booking it to his red Lincoln Mark V or whatever the hell it was he was driving. Like, that is an odd vehicle choice to steal catalytic converters out of a truck, throw it into the trunk of your Lincoln Mach 5.
Well, I mean, imagine how many catalytic converters you could put into the trunk of a Lincoln Mach 5.
That's mobster size trunk space right there.
Oh, yeah, you could put 3, 4 bodies in.
Yeah, absolutely right. Still, no, you expect. Anyway, 888-368-1580. I will get to your texts here in a moment, but right now, before we run out of time and forget to do it, it's time that it's a new feature that Keon Rose has put together, a little this or that from Keon Rose.
And today's this or that is done or not done. And
Wait, I thought we were doing this or that.
It is, but I think every
You
week
come up with some music for this too.
I'm going to replace the this and the that with
this or that.
One thing or the other.
You could go with that.
And give you some names.
Yeah.
You know that song? Remember that?
Yeah.
Even though that Christopher Walken was dancing around in, you're like, there's no way he's doing those flips, but he was dancing. Sorry, what were you saying, Keon?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna replace the this or that every time we do it with.
Well, then why are we calling it this or that?
Because it's either this thing or that thing. But this thing or that thing could be a different thing every week.
Why are these always so complicated, Randy?
I don't know.
I'm
I'm still trying to figure out which one of these things don't belong with the others.
Oh, one of these things is not like the other.
Yeah.
All right. Is that what we're doing? One of these things not like the other?
No, we're not.
We should.
I mean, that could be a different thing that we do.
Or that. Let's see. How about this or that? This or that. Keon Rose, this or that.
On the hot seat.
No, that's too much like the hot seat.
Oh, okay. What are we doing now?
So today's version of it is done or not done.
I'm done. I'm done.
Well,
Done
I'm not asking about
not
you.
done?
I'm
out.
You might be done, but we still have an hour left of the show. So
all right, fine.
You can't quite be done.
Not done.
Not yet. but I'm going to put 4 running backs out there. And you let me know if they're done or not done.
Are they all living?
They are all living. They are all active running backs in the NFL. It's just, are they going to be good going forward? Are they going to produce moving forward?
Good.
So we'll start with everybody's favorite minefield on fantasy football draft day, Christian McCaffrey. Done or not done? I'll start with you, Jeffrey.
Not done. Not done. See, that's the thing. What if can't there be something in the middle? He's not done, but I don't know if he's going to make it for a full season because he seems like he's going to be one of those guys. Now, keep in mind, when he showed up in 2017, he had a modest showing when he came into the league there. He had a lot of receiving yards but about 400 rushing yards. It was 2018 where he broke out with 1,000 yards rushing and about 900 yards receiving. And then he repeated it again in 2019. So he went 3 years, without any kind of injury problems or anything. And it was a heartbreaker in 2020 when he got hurt. He only got 225 yards that year. And he spent the entirety of the season, if I'm not mistaken, healing up and getting ready. We thought, oh boy, here it comes 2021. Here we go. And he got hurt again. So 400 yards last season. So it feels like you should say, you consider a guy injury prone done? I consider him injury prone, but I give him one more chance before I'd say he's done. So I'm going to say not done.
Okay. Randy, what do you think? Christian McCaffrey, done or not done? Is he closer to done or not?
Well, I think he's closer to being done than he is to not done. Look, the guy's had he has amassed since he's come into the league 3,587 yards. He averages 4.6 yards a carry. He's had 30 touchdowns. But for me, Christian McCaffrey's always been a bit undersized for the NFL. And I think the last couple of seasons, the injuries he's incurred is because of the punishment his body has taken. Even though he kind of bulked up last year, he still seems a little, he's only 205 pounds.
I have a question.
Jeffrey O'Brien.
Sorry to interrupt, but who was the quarterback for him in 2019? Go ahead, Randy. You go finish what you're saying, but I'm curious that this is something that is relevant.
In 2019.
Because in that year he had 1,300 yards rushing and 1,000 receiving.
Yeah. Kyle Allen started most of the season for the Panthers in 2019. He played 12 games. Cam played 2. Will Greer played 2.
Right. It was a mishmash, but he still got his. So go ahead, Randy.
He's been in the league since 2017. I don't know. I think he's more done than he is not done.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Randy and say he's much closer to being done than not done, which feels weird to say about a guy who's about to turn 26 years old in the next week here. That he's that close to it. But when you've only played 10 games in the last 2 seasons, you're injury prone. That is who you are.
But let me tell you something. If he can stay healthy, his average, yards per carry are still showing that he can be or elevate to elite, but his average yards receiving make him a threat with at least some decent quarterback. I don't know who the hell's throwing for the Panthers this year, but he's not just a running back. If he can stay healthy, he's a 2-pronged threat for you.
He is. I mean, and that's one of the reasons why he was so highly coveted when he came out of Stanford. Was just the all-purpose yards for him. And that's why he nearly won the Heisman and everything else, was just when you combine the receiving and the rushing, he's putting up numbers that are insane. But, the health is a very big if. If he can stay healthy, I agree with you. He can put up those numbers. He is just 26 years old, but that's a massive, massive if.
One more and he's done. One more and he's done. But I say he's not done.
Let's move on to the next running back here on the list. It is Sir Henry, King Henry of the Tennessee Titans. Derrick Henry missed, half of last season with an injury
and still had 937 yards.
Yeah, he was the leading rusher for like 2 more weeks after he got hurt because he is that dominant back. He is an incredible guy, but he does take a lot of punishment. So when you now get to the point where you've missed half a seaon, Derrick Henry, Randy, done or not done?
I don't think he's done. I think he's had a couple of seasons where he's been a little bit nicked up, but when the guy is healthy and he's in there, I mean, look, this is a big dude. He's 6'3", 250 pounds. He's only 28 years old. I think he's got a lot of play left in him. I don't think he's done by any means.
Long in the tooth for a dominant running back, but you got to admit he's still a dominant running back. The year before he had 2,000 yards rushing. Not a receiver. He's a pure run it down your throat and make you sorry for showing up to work that day kind of guy. He had 3 years in a row with 1,000+ yards, and then that 1 year of 2,000 yards. He's less done than Chris McCaffrey is, but I'm going to say absolutely not done. I hope his injury is healed up. I hope he's okay. That's always the thing. And now he's been doing this for 6 years to Christian McCaffrey's 5. So you worry, okay, will he come back complete from that injury? But at this moment, I'm saying he's not done.
Yeah, I'm going to say not done as well. He, like you said, long in the tooth, but he's 28 years old. He's still on the right side of 30. For me, when running backs hit 30, that's when all the wheels come off. It's just, they're never the same again. He's still below 30. So I'm okay with that. I'm worried because he does take a significant amount of more punishment than most modern running backs do. We don't see the workhorse back anymore, quite like Derrick Henry is.
And he's a touchdown machine.
He is. And I also think, you kind of have to count the time he was at Alabama. He carried the ball a lot there too. So we're talking years of punishment on this dude. But the fact is, he only has 1 year with an injury like this. He hasn't really slowed down at all. He was nearly 1,000-yard rusher with half a season of play. I can't give up on Derrick Henry just yet. Derrick Henry, not done. So let's move on to the next running back. And that would be one Alvin Kamara of the New Orleans Saints, who have so many problems going on right now. It's impossible to know where to start. New coach, quarterback's limping, defense is kind of falling apart. What's going on with your star receiver, Michael Thomas? Does he even want to play there? Tons of stuff you could go down with the Saints, but we're not even going to go there because Alvin Kamara has been one of those guys. He's kind of like Christian McCaffrey. The quarterback can be kind of bad, but he's going to get his. But Alvin Kamara done or
not so fast?
Not done.
Not so fast with it doesn't matter how bad the quarterback is, he's going to get this, because that's not true. Alvin Kamara has never popped over 1,000 yards rushing. Why? Because he's a dual threat too. And he gets a lot of receiving yards. And a lot of times you'll see a play, his attempts are low because he's not always lining up to take a running play. When he had Drew Brees there, he would line up and a little outside boom. There you go. A little check down pass. And there goes Alvin Kamara. Also another touchdown machine. Now I had him in fantasy football and he was golden as long as Drew Brees was there. And the minute Drew Brees wasn't last year, his receiving yards, that's where he dies. I say he's fantasy football done, but I don't think he is done. It's a shame because Alvin Kamara deserves better than what is happening with him with the Saints right now. A decent quarterback. Remember when Drew Brees would be quarterback and I'm like, I'm going to get some fantasy football points. Then when he would not be out there, you'd see the little trick pony, Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill, when you get down to the 5-yard line, he was just going to run it in himself. That was what he was there. And it's like
touchdown vulture.
So he would run Alvin Kamara, little check down passes to get there and then rob the touchdown from him. And it was just the worst thing. But that situation with the Saints does not look like it's going to get any better. I don't care who's there. They're not going to use him right. So I say he's fantasy football done. It doesn't matter. The rest of it doesn't matter. I don't think he's done, but he's fantasy football done.
Randy?
I would have to say I don't think he's done, but I think the problem that he has, exactly what you said, Jeffrey. He had the touchdown vulture in there. I think Keon dubbed him the touchdown vulture with what's his face, the guy that's not a quarterback.
Yeah, Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill. But I think Alvin Kamara could do better if he had somebody opposite, more like a power back to take some of the pressure off of him, give him the ball in key situations. Last season was horrible for him. He only averaged 3.7 yards per carry. That's 42nd in the NFL. He didn't even have 1,000 yards last year, and he only had 4 touchdowns. Give me a break. Alvin Kamara is not done. He's just in the wrong situation. You put him in something like and I'm serious about it. You put him in something in the Arizona Cardinals lineup, that would be dangerous. You've got a power running back, and then you have Alvin Kamara. Give me a break. We would be playoff contenders just with that backfield.
Who wouldn't?
I think if you
with
had
Alvin Kamara.
Alvin Kamara would make any backfield better. Yeah, I'm going to agree. Alvin Kamara is not done. But with the caveat that the scheme matters. Yeah. I was in Tennessee when Alvin Kamara played there for one season, and nobody knew that Alvin Kamara college. Right. Yeah. And nobody knew he was as good as he was, except Tennessee fans when he entered the draft, because everyone could tell this guy is.
Hey, the hell is that, Randy?
I don't know. That's a printer conniption, apparently.
Okay.
All right. But they were misusing him at Tennessee. And that was the thing. His production was incredibly low because the coaching staff at the time was terrible. They didn't know what they were doing, and they were misusing him. So I do think Alvin Kamara is not going to be a guy that's going to overcome bad scheme. I don't know what this new coach with the Saints is going to do. I do think that Jameis is a good enough quarterback to work with Alvin Kamara. Get him the bubble screens, the quick passes in space, the slant stuff that they can do with him. But there are so many question marks. I'm going to say not done, but he could very easily be done, not in terms of his skill level and talent, but he could be buried in a scheme that's so bad we never see the good Alvin Kamara.
They are wasting the best years of his life.
Yeah.
And that sometimes happens in an NFL organization. And if you're a running back, I feel for you when that happens. Also, Alvin Kamara probably facing some suspension stuff for what happened during the Pro Bowl weekend where he beat up some dude in an elevator.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we don't even know what that stuff looks like. But that to the side.
Hey, at least it wasn't a gal. It wasn't in a club. I thought it was in a club.
It might. Yeah, I think so. It was
either Rice was in the
elevator. It was either that or a casino, something like that. Anyway. Last quarterback on our list, one Ezekiel Elliott. Man's got all the talent in the world, but he put it together one year. That was his rookie year. He never put it together again. The Cowboys paid him early. Looks like it's backfiring.
Can I go first on this one?
Yeah.
You're wrong. And I'm wrong. I originally, look at my paper right there. I wrote down done. I thought for sure done. And then I looked at the stats. Did you know he had 1,000 yards rushing last season?
Mm-hmm.
He had 1,000 yards rushing last season. How are you done if you have 1,000 yards? I think it's just the Cowboys are done. My mindset on Ezekiel Elliott is he's just sort of off there in the, although, wait a second, last year was an extra game, wasn't it? So I don't know if that factors in, but still, the year before that, almost 1,000 yards. The year before that, 1,300 yards. The year before that, 1,400 yards. The year before that, just under 1,000. And his first year, 1,600 yards. So Ezekiel Elliott has been extremely consistent, even though the eye test kind of does tell you something else, doesn't it? His receiving yards, kind of wavered up and down over the years. But as far as touchdowns, he had 10 touchdowns last year, 1,000 yards rushing. How can we say he's done based on that? But no, our eyes are telling us he's done because he kind of ends up being non-factor in big games. He was a non-factor while the Cowboys were trying to get their way in the playoffs there. So I got to say, I thought he was done, but I don't think he's done, even though at 6 years in, there's been a lot of miles. And guess what? There have been a lot of miles. 237 attempts last year, 244 the year before, 300 before that, 300 before that, 300 his first year. There's been a lot of miles put on Ezekiel Elliott, yet he still had 1,000 yards rushing last season. Yeah, I don't think he's done, Randy.
Yeah, I don't think he's done. And from all indications, from what I've been reading about football, because I'm all football hungry and everything, I think he's going to return to camp. I think you're going to see something different with Ezekiel Elliott. I think he's going to be
a shirt that goes down to his waistband.
Well, I think he's going to be in much better shape than he has reported even last year. Last year, he came to camp and he had lost some weight. He was using nutrition. He was doing a lot of workout to help his quickness, but he was still having a problem. I think this year he's even more committed because you're exactly right, Jeffrey. Last year, he was 7th in the NFL with 1,002 yards, 10 touchdowns. That was tied for 6th. His average was 4.2, which was 28th in the league. But he still was the carry-all, the heavy working running back for the Dallas Cowboys. And I expect the same thing this year unless he gets injured. I can't see him getting injured, but I wouldn't wish that on him. But I think you're going to see a bounce-back season from Ezekiel Elliott. And I'm pretty interested to watch how he returns to the star there in Dallas and starts working out with his team.
Yeah, the injury I wish on Ezekiel Elliott was that Puerto Rican girl slapping the crap out of him when he was out of line during that parade. But that's another story.
Yeah.
All right, Keon, done or not done?
Yeah. I'm gonna say done. And 1,000 yards is with the 17 games because he didn't get there with the 16.
I gave you that. I spotted you that,
yeah.
but still 10 touchdowns. He had 2 receiving touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, those numbers are solid, but when you look at the way he started his career, it's trending downwards. The yards total overall have been trending downwards. The yards per attempt with his rushes have been trending downwards. He did have a little uptick last year from 4 yards per attempt to 4.2, but the trend overall for Ezekiel Elliott when it comes to total yards in a season, this guy as a rookie was a 1,600 yard rusher.
Well,
year 3 in the league, he was a 1,400 yard rusher, and he hasn't come close to those numbers. 1,000 if we don't add the game.
There's being better than everybody, and then there's being as good as a really good back. So he's still giving really good back numbers.
Yeah, he is good, and I'm kind of doing it relative to him.
Okay.
He's not done as a player. Ezekiel Elliott's going to play more years in this league. But when you realize that the Cowboys paid him early, the potential was he's going to be this 1,500 yard guy yearly. And he hasn't been able to do that.
Well, nobody can sustain that.
Except for Derrick Henry.
Well, but one whole season or 3/4 of a season, he was without Dak Prescott, and that offense was completely out of whack, wasn't it? So, I mean, I would say that I have a feeling he's going to have a bounce back season this year.
All right, well, there you go. That was done or not done under the label of this or that by Keon Rose. I liked it. That was fun.
Thank you. And I've got plenty more stuff planned, so it's gonna be fun.
All right. You were very wrong though about Ezekiel Elliott. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, we gotta take a break. We come back. I'll get caught up on the text line and other assorted things. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
The NBA Finals getting underway on Thursday night with the Golden State Warriors playing host to the Boston Celtics. The Warriors are 4-point favorites, and they pay out at -168 on the money line, while the Celtics pay out at +142. The over-under for Game 1 being set at 212.5. The overall odds for the NBA Finals, the Warriors are considered the favorites. They pay out at -160 on the money line. If the Celtics are able to win the championship this year, they would pay out at +135. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
Hi, this is Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz. Alice Roth was the wife of a sports writer in Philadelphia, and one night she was hit with a foul ball, and it broke her nose. They had to stop the game. When the game resumed, they realized they needed to get Alice Roth out of the ballpark. She was in bad condition. But on her way out of the ballpark, another foul ball hit her again, this time breaking a bone in her leg. Who hit that foul ball?
When you want trivia from the world of sports, Daily Sports Quiz host Nick LaCapria has it. Baseball lovers, go online to baseballtrivia.org. Basketball fans, check out basketballtrivia.net. Football fans, head on over to footballtrivia.net. Hockey trivia, that's hockeytrivia.net. And boxing fans, log on to boxingtrivia.net. Stay tuned to this radio station for the Daily Sports Quiz or visit Nick LaCapria's sports-specific trivia website.
The answer to today's Daily Sports Quiz, name the player that hit 2 foul balls that hit Alice Roth in the same at bat. Richie Ashburn. The odds of hitting a fan with a foul ball at a baseball game are 300,000 to 1.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Hi, I'm Dale Hillestray, and summer's just around the corner. If you suffer from diabetes, high blood pressure, or you're just overweight like I am, Dr. Fontes is the only doctor I can recommend. She has a proven weight loss program, not only for the weight loss, but also for the maintenance for 2 years. You eat your own foods, no medicines, no hunger, no gimmicks. I encourage you to give her a call, 480-443-0778.
For the latest in the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Arizona Rattlers football.
Exclusively on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
And at 1580thefanatic.com.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Tune in to hear every home game live.
Let's go, boys!
Don't miss a second of all the high-paced action as the Rattlers chase another world championship.
Hey, we're going to win. It's going to be on us.
Rattlers football on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Or streaming live at 1580thefanatic.com.
Welcome back to the Daily Blender, June 1st, Wednesday, and we're halfway through the week. And lots of fun happening in the month of June, and it can make it even funner. I just made that up, funner. And if I made it up, it's a word.
Funner's a word. I've been saying
Funner.
that since high school. I've declared funner's a word. Fun,
Even
funner,
funner.
funnest.
Yeah, even funner. Sportsbook, FanDuel Sportsbook, official sports betting partner of the 75th NBA Finals. Celebrating in style 75 years of the NBA, giving all customers a $75 referral bonus. Here's how it works. You get $75 in site credit when you invite friends to join America's #1 sportsbook. And the way you do that is you invite your friends from the app, from the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Make sure they sign up with your referral link. And as soon as your friend makes any bet of at least $10, you both, underline both of you get $75 in cash. Well, in site credit. You know what I mean? Not cash, site credit. The offer ends June 2nd. That's tomorrow when game 1 of the NBA Finals tips off. Don't miss your chance to bet the finals with a bonus. You know, think of it this way. You invite some friends, Jeffco, and they sign up using that link there from the FanDuel. They use the Jeffco link. And then all of a sudden you've got $75. Then you turn around and use that on the Celtics. You guys, what do you got to lose? You have $75 site credit on the Celtics to win the series. Who knows what kind of cash you could win?
Yeah. Are they the underdog? I want to bet the underdog.
I think they are the underdog. I think
underdog.
Golden State is the favorite to win. Anyway, this offer it ends June 2nd when game 1 of the NBA Finals tips off. Don't miss your chance to bet the finals with a bonus. If you're new to FanDuel, you can also sign up using promo code Randy1580 to get free bets after your first bet. That's promo code Randy1580. Just head over to the FanDuel Sportsbook app and invite your friends today to get your $75 sportsbook credit. I'm telling you, it could pay up. If I had that $75 sportsbook credit, I would let it all ride on the Celtics because I think this is going to be a 7-game series, and I think the Celtics win. I just have that weird, odd feeling.
And the Celtics are underdogs, by the way. The Warriors favored by 3.5 points.
Yeah.
Parts of me tingle that the Warriors are going to win.
I could be on the weather jet again. I can't tell you that story. Remember, you got to be 21 and older, present in Arizona. Referred players must wager $10 or more within 28 days after signing up. Limit 10 referrals. Site credit is non-withdrawable and expires after 7 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
All right, 888-368-1580. That is the text line, and I've got a lot of text to catch up on after that last segment. We aggravated Fed fan during it.
Oh boy.
So you guys are still doing that damn segment. I fell asleep during the first running back, and of course now you didn't fall asleep. You fell asleep because you're watching golf. That's why you fell asleep. Fed
You know,
fan.
I didn't have any exciting music. I didn't have, like some sort of, I had to have some sort of,
I was busting a jam over here, Andy.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Fed fan said after Brady hit his tee shot, he said, "I call that a little chunky, a little Josh Allen-y." That's not bad.
Wow.
She also says every spectator at this golf match should be given a helmet because there's a lot of ducking going on in the gallery. Is this still going on, really? They're standing around. It looks like it's over. Is it over? God, I hope that's over. Laz Toby says Funner is also a city. Hasselhoff was the first mayor of the newly created Funner, California. Oh, with Hasselhoff, I think it'd be German like Funner.
Yeah.
Welcome to
Yeah.
Funner. I love the David Hasselhoff. You're so amazing. I love
The
his
Hoff
curly
is-
chest hair.
Oh, yeah. The Hoff is huge over in Germany. Yeah, huge.
Also, war. Hefty Lefty says, damn, Marion Barber was found dead at his apartment. Rest in peace.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, George told me about that earlier. I didn't want to bring anybody down. Lightning Bolt said 1,000 yards rushing is only 58 yards a game. Oh, yeah. How many 8,000-yard rushing seasons did you have, Lightning Bolt? Huh?
I'd take it easy, Jeff. Go.
Huh?
His texter name is Lightning Bolt.
Oh, that's a good point. He probably had many.
Mm.
Kyle G says maybe a team should try to, trade for Kamara. If so, who'd be in the best position to do so? My Colts still have cap space. How about your guys' team?
Yeah, but you got Jonathan Taylor.
I know, amazing.
No.
You get Jonathan Taylor, Alvin Kamara. Bam!
That doesn't seem fair.
It's not about fair, son.
It's not about fair. It's about winning.
How's my cap space? Carson Wentz has it all.
What a shame.
Yeah. We don't have cap space. We don't believe in it.
Yeah, the Cardinals are against it. Big George says, wait a second. That segment didn't make sense. It's called this or that, or was it called done or not done?
Yes.
It's very, we're a little confused too, but we're going to keep calling it this or that, and we'll see what
And
happens.
then, from week to week, it'll be a different this or that.
Chief Skull says, I appreciated Keon's this or that, done or not done, good or bad, the hot dog video or not hot dog video. Joe the Show makes a good point about the duns or not duns. He says, take this from a guy who has the guy that won him a championship, but he's always hurt. His goose is cooked. Yeah, Anthony Davis is virtually unstoppable when he's healthy, but he's useless in street clothes. Swazman says, one more text, Jeffrey. I paid $10 for my friends and family fantasy football league. My mom won, didn't get her $120. Funny how money motivates people to be crazy. She complained to my brother, the commissioner. Major League Baseball slap was a douchebag move. I'll tell you that, even with $10,000 entry fee. Oh, that what the entry fee is for those guys? $10,000?
Probably, yeah.
Baseball people know about football.
It was an open hand slap.
Well, that's
God.
Let me tell you this. If an Irishman, as myself or Fish Tank, were to slap you with an open hand slap, that is meant as disrespect. You're not even worth a manly punch. You're getting an open-handed slap, like you would, a prison girlfriend, like you would a child who's, really acting up.
Well, that's what was it? I think it's the movie Rock and Rolla. That's one of the scenes in the movie where they talk about why you would open hand slap somebody instead
I've not seen it.
Punch them.
Was it the same thing I just said?
They brought up the school thing where it was just like you're supposed to make that person feel like they're a kid again by slapping. That is the whole purpose of that instead of punching.
It's to minimize their existence. But here's the thing about the slap on Jock Peterson. It wasn't even really a deserved slap. It was just a crazy man slap, That wasn't even a real thing.
I mean, on one hand,
He was out of line.
you did give Jacques Peterson the man card violation for walking away. Maybe
And
he
the
just
pearls.
knows that Tommy Pham is just crazy. It's like if I slap him back or I try to hit him back, this guy's just gonna go nuts. I'm leaving.
Yeah, I guess so. But at least act like you're going to step up, you know? At least act like it. You don't have to. Just like, well, I'm going to walk away because I don't want to get fined. Dude. Open the door, open the door, open the door, open the door. Get the bullpen.
No, that's
Get
where you
open.
need somebody on your team that really cares about you to hold you back. You know, like I was gonna mess him up, but Ozzy Albies stopped me.
The guy there did not hold him back. The guy there was like, "You're not going to do it."
If somebody open hand slaps me, I hope they're ready for a big giant punch to come their way.
Jock Peterson's not a small guy. You know.
No.
Well, it worked out. You know, he didn't fight. The other guy did. And, you know, he didn't get fined. So whatever. Chief Skull says, gone too soon. University of Minnesota, great running back, Marion Barber. Yeah, that is hitting the wire right now. Still not disclosed on how that happened. Number one Rattlers fan says, I'd slap my fantasy commissioner for a 50-cent fine. It's equivalent, I think, to the 10,000.
Yeah, 10,000, 50 cents. I could see.
And this is why in the past we have not played, well, we at least haven't charged anybody to play in the Daily Blender Fantasy Football League.
Money raises the stakes a little bit.
Yeah. The fact you can win something, well, that's kind of nice. But most people are playing in the Daily Blender Fantasy Football League just for the pure fun of it. Oh, by the way, if you want to join us in fantasy football, you certainly can. We're always happy to open up more leagues for more players. And, well, Ralph from Harmon Solar has been ponying up cash, prizes for us. So you want to join, just send me an email. Blender at 1580thefanatic.com for fantasy football. Blender at 1580thefanatic.com for fantasy football. I thought I'd get to say at least once before you hit that, but okay. It works. That's fine. Blender at 1580 The Fanatic. Blender at 1580thefanatic.com for fantasy football. Blender at 1580thefanatic.com for fantasy football. So send me an email there and I'll get you into a league. All right. We only have a couple of minutes left in this segment and it does need to be brought up. Why did the Phoenix Suns falter at the end of an amazing season? Why did they falter so bad to the Dallas Mavericks? Nothing made sense. We couldn't figure it out. I don't know where the blame is going to be put or who you want to put the blame on. Is it Chris Paul? Is it Devin Booker? They all fell weirdly flat. I mean, oddly flat at the end of the road there. That was a team they should have put away, but Deadspin, who, by the way, Lazarus back from the dead themselves, but like sort of zombie power. They're not as good as they used to be, but still somebody there did bring it up. And the headline was, Landry Shamet hath brought a plague upon every house that he has entered. I thought, well, that's interesting. And they made the connection to at least 4 teams that he showed up on. You could make the case for 5, where the minute he showed up, things went sideways hard. Follow the bouncing ball. He was drafted by the 76ers in 2018. Got traded to the Clippers as part of a midseason deal. And the Sixers ended up blowing a 2-1 series lead against the Raptors. And so he was part of that mess. Perhaps his time there with the 76ers was enough to curse them to hell. Next year, Shamet stays with the Clippers. And, the Clippers, they couldn't even get 100 points in any of the last 2 games of their final series with the Nuggets. Very embarrassing. So there's another curse on the Clippers. And then he gets traded to the Brooklyn Nets, part of a 3-team trade with Detroit. Luke Kennard, Sadiq Bey, the whole thing there. And Shamet, he's hanging in there, doing well. All right, man, maybe this will be different. And even with Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Blake Griffin, the Shamet curse was present once again. They had the Bucks down 2-0 in the series.
I remember that.
And here comes the Shamet curse.
And And here's the thing too, it's all brutal losses.
Yep. Brutal losses, each one of these.
Yeah. That Sixers loss was particularly bad because that's the Kawhi shot where the ball bounces around forever and then goes in and the Sixers are done. And the other one, Kevin Durant's toe is on the line. If it's a 3 instead of a 2, the Nets win that series and the Suns play the Nets.
That's a curse. That's a curse right there. And the thing is, he plays decent when called upon, so much so when he came to the Suns in October of last year, he got a 4-year deal. You got to trade this sumbitch, but he got a 4-year deal. And you saw how that season ended for the Phoenix Suns. So, Sixers, Clippers, Brooklyn Nets, Phoenix Suns.
He's like the Grim Reaper.
Yep. Whether you believe in the superstitions or not, this is a horrible trend that must be stopped. I don't want to cost this guy his livelihood. I just don't want his livelihood to cost us, another chance at a championship. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there, lay off of CP3, lay off of Devin Booker, lay off of even soft old, DeAndre
Ayton. Yeah.
It's all Shamit's fault. And now you know. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Good morning, Arizona. Dave McKee for my dear friend, Dr. Fountas, the only doctor that will give you an actual goal date for your weight loss target. Females lose an average of 0.5 pound a day, 60 pounds in 4 months. Males, like me, lose 96 pounds in 4 months. You eat your own regular foods. There's no medicines. This is the best deal going. If you need to lose weight, call Dr. Fountas, 480-443-0778.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
You can't get much for $5 these days, unless you go to Wendy's for a $5 biggie bag. Get your choice of double stack, junior bacon cheeseburger, or crispy chicken BLT, plus 4-piece nugs, fries, and a drink, all for just $5.
You got that bag. You got that biggie bag. You got that bag.
That was smooth, wasn't it? That's how you're going to feel when you get that biggie bag at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Includes 4-piece nuggets, small soft drink, and small fry. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Well, Mrs. Grayer, nothing on the x-ray that pinpoints the source of the pain. Let's send you to our lumbar expert.
After reviewing the x-rays, I can't see anything wrong. Let's give you a steroid shot for the pain and send you to the lab for some blood work.
Tired of the runaround? How about trying a new approach? The holistic approach.
At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our medical doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. Our naturopathic doctors can restore pain-free joint function and restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves both immediate physical symptoms and also improves cognition and emotional stability. If traditional medicines aren't working, don't you think it's time to start feeling like yourself again? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
Business people like it straight and to the point. So here it is. Bruce Jacobs here to tell you take control of your utility expenses by calling Harmon Solar right now. They can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Level your energy costs, protect yourself from inflation. How's that for straight and to the point? Here's more. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
1580 The Fanatic and at 1580thefanatic.com.
Your home for sports.
Today Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. I forgot to tell you, Randy, the Cardinals have got another running back for the committee. Picked up Darrell Williams from the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Remember, I told you back when he visited the team in April, and I guess they loved it enough and they put a ring on him. So
Well,
there
I mean,
you go.
I like that move. Anytime you can add to that running back room for the Cardinals, they let go of that other youngster. He just wasn't producing. So this guy's a proven veteran. He's been on the Chiefs, I think, and the Bills.
Well, the Chiefs most recently, and Patrick Mahomes gave him the seal of approval. You're right, Jalen Samuels go bye, but so now you got Darrell Williams, James Conner, Eno Benjamin, and Keontae Ingram. It's not a bad running back by committee.
I don't think so. And I think if you can get Eno Benjamin going, he's that slash cutter, kind of like what Chase Edmonds was. You get James Conner running straight ahead up, north and south. You get Eno Benjamin in there for some plays. You bring in this Darrell kid, let him go to town. I mean, I think we have a pretty good running back room. We definitely have a good wide receiver room. It's unfortunate that we have a quarterback room the way it is.
Well, the quarterback room is in the McDonald's Playhouse. So just 888-368-1580. You do have a nice running back by committee, but my committee, is better than your committee.
Well,
I'm very happy with my committee.
Well, that's good. That's good. Got to be happy with your team.
What do you got, Keon, in running back wise for the Commandos?
Good solid committee. And Antonio Gibson is a really good.
He's not bad.
Yeah. JD McKissick is the backup guy, and he does a
From
he
the
does a pretty
49ers?
good job.
Was that where he was? Was he his 49ers?
No, I don't.
Where
I don't
was
think
he?
so.
Then I don't know who this is.
But yeah, he's really good. He especially in space. He throw the ball in a little bubble screen or throw it into the flat. He's awesome. He actually won a game for him last year because he got a pass in the flat and took it to the house, and they beat the Falcons on the last second play. So he's really good. And then they drafted the kid out of Alabama, Brian Robinson, I think. And so I'm excited about him too. So it's a solid committee.
All right. Cool. We all have running backs. Let's see if we get any W's. 888-368-1580. Hefty Lefty says, hey, keep it up, Cardinals. Just keep taking weapons away from the Chiefs. Thank you and please and everything. Yeah, because he's a Broncos fan. So that makes sense. Kyle G says, growing up in Detroit, a slap was a huge insult and usually resulted in a brawl that would end with some guys going to the hospital. I couldn't ever walk away if I were going to be slapped. I know, that's what I'm saying. That'd be a hard thing to not turn around on. Joe the Show says, I got the answer. CP3 got worked by Alvarado and Brunson. Ha ha ha. So that was not the answer. Swazman says, here's what happened with the Suns. They got Kardashian. I think those girls are maybe hot enough to help you lose your focus. It's not about the hot. I'll be honest. They don't really find them hot. But they, yeah. There's
it's all
a curse.
about that base. It's all about that base.
There is a Kardashian curse, I think. Big George says, question for Keon Rose, Randy White, and Jeffrey O'Brien, Daily Blender, 1580 Fanatic. Do you guys believe in curses and superstitions? That is very interesting with the Phoenix Suns being cursed by Landry Shamet. Do I believe in it? No, I don't. Not really. I mean, there's sometimes you're like, ooh, but I can't believe in a curse. Keon?
No. I had 2012 Washington RG3. I did all the superstition stuff, and Washington was winning games. And then the next year, I did all the same superstition stuff. It didn't make a difference. And I was like, yeah, I need to put this away.
I mean, I do think your team is cursed, though. I mean, it's not. I'm not superstitious, but I think your team is cursed.
I don't think that they're cursed. I think they're poorly run. The owner is terrible, and so everything else is terrible.
I don't believe in curses. I don't believe in those. I believe in coincidences. I don't know, Randy. Curses? Believe or not believe?
Well, I'm a former baseball player, and I'll give you a good example of how a baseball player approaches superstitions. Wade Boggs, Hall of Famer, he played thousands of games in the major leagues. Before every game, he had the same chicken meal. It was a fried chicken meal before every game. And it was without missing it. You had to have the same chicken meal before every game. So I'll leave it right there. I may or may not have worn my same socks through an entire baseball season. I may or may not have done that.
All right. So that'll be 2 no's and 1 kind of. Okay.
That sounds like us.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for something we like to call On This Date in Big George's Sports History. Back in the year 2003, after being taunted by Twinkie waving fans in the left field bleachers, the not so svelte Lance Berkman, during the pitching change in the 7th inning, gestured to Wrigley Field tormentors, "Throw me one of those sponge cake snacks," which he promptly chowed down on during play.
Yeah.
Much to the delight of the crowd. But then here's how it got better. He went in the next inning. He went deep. He had a sugar-fueled 2-run home run, and they beat the Cubs 9-3.
Astros, I believe, the great from Rice University, Lance Berkman.
You are correct. He was the Astros. So there you go. Don't taunt. Careful what you ask for. Remember, the Suns did a little taunting dancey dance on the Mavericks. Careful what you ask for. Boomer Sooner says, Randy, before you get off the air, could you give a Boomer Sooner baseball team a Boomer Sooner? They won the Big 12 championship.
Should I be doing this? I mean,
No.
I'm an ASU Sun Devil fan.
No, sorry, Boomer Sooner. This is where we jump off your Boomer Sooner wagon. But at least you got us to say that happened.
Yeah, Boomer Sooner. Congrats, Boomer Sooner.
Congratulations. Half Lefty says, I think you were thinking of Jerick McKinnon, Jeffrey. I mix those two guys up a lot too. Oh yeah, Jerick McKinnon was over. I was getting Missick. Yeah, you're right. Big George, you're welcome. Good Cat says the Cardinals quarterback room is really small. Fed Fan says in 2019, archaeologists found a curse tablet in the area where the Israelites would curse their enemies. To this day, nothing grows on that hill. You know, something did get conceived on that hill, and his name is Landry Shamet. His parents, no, okay. What do you say, Randy? Let's spin the wheel of sports and see what we talk about next.
Why don't we do that, Jeffco?
A curse on EA Sports, if you will. The first thing you're going to hear is, hey, that's an awesome thing. No, I want to curse them myself after this. Let me follow the bouncing ball. First, I'm going to tell you, it was a nice tribute. John Madden is going to be on the cover of Madden 23. They have decided to do that. Now, I would have put him on the cover where he could see it when he was alive. You know what I'm saying? Maybe done this in 2020 or something. And well, here is the cover right there. There it is. That is the cover of.
Oh, that's throwback to the original.
Exactly. But what do you see is wrong here? Do you see the
really young
filter they put on his face? That's not the way it looked originally. There's like it's like a girl's Instagram where all of a sudden the face is all plastic, like a mannequin. It just doesn't look right.
You can't really tell through the camera, but
doesn't that look wrong? Or maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
That's the original cover.
But he didn't look that smooth in the original cover.
I think he did. Yeah, if you look at Madden 1, the original one, before it was Madden 1, I think he did.
Looks Photoshopped to me.
Could be.
Well, whatever the case, it's a nice tribute, but it's too bad they didn't give him this tribute while he was alive so you could see it. I mean, he made the brand. There'd be no EA Sports without John Madden. And, John Madden made sure that the video game had legit football sensibilities to it. And he consulted with them for years and years and years, creating that product. Yeah, there was a peak on the product. And then after that, it was just a rehash of the same old thing until some of the graphics got better. Then after that, a rehash the same old thing. You can only go so far with it, I guess. But it's a nice tribute, I suppose. I like giving people a tribute when they're around to appreciate it personally. But yeah, what do I know?
When do I get a tribute from you?
When you pay me back for the money that you borrowed off me to get the plane fueled up to get back from. Yeah, of course not. Spin the wheel, Randy.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Police in Evansville, Indiana, started getting 911 calls about a drunk driver on Monday afternoon. Witnesses said an SUV was driving erratically on the highway and crashed into the median. The crash caused a flat tire and the car started to smoke, but then the driver just kept going. And he kept going. And even when the tire fell off, the guy kept going. Eventually, he stopped the car at a dealership where people said he looked super drunk. And the employees say he was trying to sell his now damaged SUV.
Oh, boy.
Police showed up and identified him as 30-year-old Jordan Mattingly. Yup, son of former Major League Baseball star Don Mattingly.
Oh, no.
Currently the manager of the Miami Marlins. They say he
man.
smelled of alcohol, and I think he might have beat Steve Keim's record 291.
Wow.
What did Steve Keim have again? I don't think it was that high. I guess he had some White Claw rolling around in the SUV, because he's 30. And how embarrassing. Don Mattingly's got to be double. At first, he's like, White Claw. Anyway, 0.291 on the breath. That's 3.5 times the legal limit, which is also coincidentally his dad's batting average in 1993. That's actually true.
291.
Yeah, 291.
Yeah.
No, that does beat the Keim record. The Keim record is 193.
Oh, wow. I thought it was over that. I thought it was in the twos, but okay. Still, Jordan is now facing a long list of charges.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
I like that his drunk brain was like, let's not ditch the car.
Just try to sell it.
Yeah, let's see if we can get something back for this.
How do you explain the lack of a tire? I never needed one before.
I bought it that way.
Good Cat says, I don't care how nice the hand soap smells. You should never walk out of the restroom sniffing your fingers. Okay. Hefty Lefty
Good
says,
advice. Yeah.
boy, that guy had some stones. Blatant disrespect to the game of baseball. Juicing right there on the field with some Twinkies. By God, children were watching. Hitting the Nut says, Kyler Murray was conceived on that hill where things don't grow. That actually makes a whole lot more sense, doesn't it?
Wow.
Blissful Hayes says, that gives Steve Keim something to strive for. Yeah, now the high mark has been set. May God have mercy on all our souls, right? Oh, well. Anyways, I guess that's all the time we have for this edition of the Daily Blender. Wipe those crying eyes, because this radio program will be back in your ear holes again tomorrow at 3 p.m. With more. The golfers are off the course again. Man, that is some of the worst golf you've ever seen if you're awake to watch it.
They actually showed the line from one of Tom Brady's shot, and it went directly at a person. Like, they tracked the arc of the shot, and it went right to a guy.
I think they're doing that on purpose. I wonder if they made bets on how many people they could hit. All right, guys. See you tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender.